I fire truck it. All right.
Let's see. Swapping over here.
Publish in Discord still does not work. I wonder if that's like just for me or for everybody, because that shit has not worked for like 2 months now.
Oh, for Discord publishing? I don't know.
When you post in an announcement channel, if you click publish, it shows up in other people's servers. Ours are not. They will not publish. So they only
weird.
post on our server, even though there are other people following that channel, and it should be reposting when you click publish into the channels that they're following. It won't do that. Interesting to see Atomica was hiring.
Yeah, I wonder what they're hiring for.
Just funny to see because Atomica is hiring, yet the Wax official team just laid off 16 people. So, you know, who's doing better business, Wax official or Atomica? Atomica is. They have a more solid business plan, obviously, but just interesting to see that, like, you know, the people who made Wax are not necessarily the best at building things on Wax.
Yeah. True that.
I'm just salty that fucking Larcy's no longer. Oh shit! I shouldn't have sworn within the first 5 minutes. Oh, reset the bad boy meter, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not happy that Larcy's got let go of the ambassador program. She was like the only person really doing anything there.
Yeah, she was really participating in the community more than pretty much anybody on the Wax Core team. So I feel like that was like
on the.
Yeah, exactly. Other than saying GM or good morning, she was the only person who's actually doing anything.
But it is what it is. Times are rough.
Yeah.
Why does it say restart the stream?
Because you swore. Yeah.
I forget that the comments come in like so much after I say the things that I'm like, what do you? What's that have to do with Larcy?
that was like yesterday, man. What are we talking about? Let's see. Oh, I'm about to send my first level 3 guys into my first level 3 building in Nova Pangea. I'm stoked. Let's see. Oh, damn.
It's not you, Random King. It's that Twitch is behind. Like, there's a delay between us and the broadcast. So it's not that many seconds, but it's enough seconds that my fish brain forgets about stuff.
It's like 10 seconds, which is like, you can't expect me to remember stuff I said 10 seconds ago.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. You can't hold anybody to those standards. Let's see how many materials I got from that. Damn, 3,000 from sending my guys to do a shift.
I think the Wax Master program still kick in. I mean, ZOS just did a thing. I feel like the vetting of new ambassadors is going to be, which was already an issue, is going to be a worse issue. Because, like, the person who was vetting them was Larcy. Larcy was already kind of, like, a little disconnected from the Wax community. And, like, some people are unhappy with how many people they're letting in that weren't really, like, building for Wax. And I feel like that's only going to get worse when you have people... The person who's judging who can come in or not, like, is not even involved at all, and only just says GM and doesn't know who's actually involved in the communities and who has good projects. Like, it's just not going to go well as far as like the legitimacy of the program. And if you start letting in illegitimate influencers, then it sours the whole program. So I'm just a little, I don't know. It basically makes us being Wax ambassadors less cool if they fuck up the program and make it shitty. Then it's like, no, I'm no longer proud to be a Wax ambassador, and I'm afraid the direction it's going to go in.
Yeah, that's true. I definitely felt like very validated about the getting included in that program, which seems like maybe not as validating as initially thought. But we'll see.
I mean, we'll see, but
yeah, we'll see. We'll have to.
So far, nothing's changed. It's not like there's been any drastic changes. There have been no new ambassadors, so nothing. There's no like evidence to support that they're ruining the program.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I'm just skeptical because I really liked Larcy and thought she was doing good things, and Marty, who's taking over, just doesn't communicate at all. Besides like GM, they also like don't accept Wax. They're like, we won't accept friend requests, and you can't DM us. It's just like, the fuck, like, are we supposed to talk to you about stuff besides like?
Yeah, for fuck's sake, you're supposed to be the fucking like the contact for the Wax ambassadors. But you
Larcy
don't.
was the only one that was like, yeah, like DM me, and then even if like what I told to Larcy didn't make it to the wax team, I at least felt heard. And I feel like
Yeah.
I do not feel heard by the other members of the wax team, which is
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think important. Like the feeling of feeling heard is important, even if it's just yelling into a void and she makes me feel heard. That's better than like, feeling like none of the communities are being listened to.
Yeah, that's basically most of what customer service is. You just like, someone gets mad, you're like, yeah, sorry that happened. Okay, cool. Done. Just get hurt for a minute. At least when I worked retail as customer service, that's what I did all the time. People would be mad and pissed about something. I'd be like, oh man, I'm really sorry. Oh yeah, that is frustrating. And then they'd be like, okay, now that I got that off my chest, I'm done here. Hi, Marcy. I got a monster to open here on stream in a second. A Droppp monster. And
I also got to drop. Well, I mean, thanks to Yamster. Yamster got the.
Yeah, Yamster hooked it up. And I got my bro pill. It was revealed today at noon. Let me. I'll show you guys my bro pill here in a minute. I was pretty happy with the way it turned out. It looks pretty cool.
I pulled a treasure token this morning in Realm for the first time. I don't even really know what it does. It came out of the ship.
A treasure token?
Yeah, but it minted an NFT to my wallet, and it's supposed to be used for blends of some sort.
Oh, I never gotten one of those.
I almost always get nothing, so getting anything out of the ships is exciting, and getting a new thing that I have to now learn what it does is double exciting.
I got 2 things today out of my ships, but it was like titanium and like a little bit of reputation. Ooh, okay. Drilling going on that side really loud. Hopefully it's not picking up on my mic.
Can't hear it too much.
That's good. It's like I can barely hear myself when it's going on.
Today's a pretty good week for fucking wax. We got Droppp monsters today.
Those
I guess
sold out.
Novo Pangea is ongoing, but Novo Pangea will probably try to promote tomorrow. We got some packs to give away for their second series, and then on Saturday, ZOS Era 3 goes out. So
yeah, big week
for wax games and updates and whatnot.
I also just got my first building and my first 3 workers to level 3 now in Novo Pangea. It's been a long grind.
I think I'm about ready to get my guys to level 2.
I'm stoked mine are already mine finally. Oh, my first batch is at level 3. It'll probably be another week before I get another batch, and then another batch until they get all. It's probably gonna be like a month to get them all to level 3, and then I'll start grinding towards level 4. Hi, Mars. Ooh, looks like Eric got a chain monster with a grail sunglasses and epic background. What background was it? Was it like the Retro 80 one? Because that one's pretty dope. I also like the pirate ship one. There's a couple cool backgrounds. I'm hoping my my monster has a cool background. Also, grail sunglasses is pretty dope.
I forgot to send the prizes from this weekend. We'll have to do that, after stream. I think I have 2 days of prizes, though. It's going to be a shit ton of prizes today. It's prize day. Just got to make sure I don't give away something I've already given away. Looks like we got Crypto Monkeys still. We'll do Mint 126 from the Neon Crypto Monkey. This is a monkey stack artwork by ourselves, part of the Crypto Monkey collection. And I'm going to do the marble intro. It gets loud, so, maybe turn your volume down, maybe don't. Choice is yours, my friends.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Exclamation point, Pele.
So check this out, dude. I have this bag of Sour Patch Kids, right? And on the back of it, they have a recipe for Sour Patch Kids cookies.
I feel like those don't look that good, to be honest.
It literally has to write "it's a thing" on there, because the first second you look at this, you're like, "That's not real," and it's like, "Yeah, it's a thing." I agree. It does sound fucking nasty, dude. Look at that.
I will say, I think it's new, but I don't think there used to be blue Sour Patch Kids.
I'm not sure. There's a big blue one just chilling right here.
I know. I also ate some out of your bag, but I think that's the first time I've ever had blue. I don't think blue was a thing back when I used to buy Sour Patch Kids.
You should have thrown some into the cookies that you made. Apparently, it's a thing.
Going on Pop and Stock, did you get some Droppp monsters? I think Max is going to open his in a second.
Yeah, let's see what I got. I think green is probably the best.
I put a. See, Reddish says blue is the most recently added. I'm not crazy. I know my Sour Patch history. I put raisins in my cookies. I did they were oatmeal cookies. I put raisins and then I put cinnamon powder, so it's like cinnamon raisin, and then I put a little bit of maple syrup on top as well. Got a little fancy. Just a drizzle, and then you let the drizzle you put it in before it cooks, so the maple syrup hardens and you get a hard glossy line of sugar on top. It's nice.
You know,
too many baking shows. I've been watching the Will It Cake show, and I've been watching the Snack Baking show, so I'm getting fancy with my bakes.
You know, there's this joke that just came to mind when you were saying the drizzle thing. It's like, you know why Snoop Dogg carries an umbrella? For drizzle. Sorry.
I guess that's a joke. I'm reading Pop and Stock. He said I did play in that game a bit, trying to get rare ones, but unsuccessful so far. Some of the Atomic Kings have been successful. If you're on Chain Champs, they've been able to buy some pretty rare ones, rare traits around the floor. So I don't know if you've tried doing that instead of only ripping the packs, but if you check the recent listings, some people don't understand how rare the traits are, and they're just basically selling them for the floor price with grail traits and stuff.
I can't believe they're adding fucking new colors to Sour Patch Kids too. That's wild.
Blue is really good. I was actually nice addition. I think blue and red are my favorites now. Kind of has a blue raspberry flavor to it. Blue raspberry is actually one of my favorite flavors, which is weird because blue raspberry isn't a thing in real life. I don't know if blue raspberry is emulating, but I like blue raspberry a lot. A blue raspberry icy.
Yeah, I feel like blue raspberry flavor was invented by Icy, right? I mean, that's
it's so good though. I feel like it rivals fucking red cherry.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like about half the Sour Patch Kids I like. The greens and the yellows are a little mid. Orange is all right, and then red and blue are really kick-ass.
I'm digging the green. What up? Priscilla wins.
We should do a tier list for colors of Skittles and Sour Patch Kids. That is the information I need to see what people think.
I don't know about that.
Okay, here's a question. Do the different color M&Ms taste different? Do you have a preference between the colored M&Ms, or are they all the same?
They all taste the same, right? I mean, do they taste different? Or am I just nuts? I just thought they all taste like M&Ms.
I don't know, though. The green M&M's sexier than the other one, so it tastes a little better.
Yeah, but I don't know if it tastes better. It just is more aesthetically sexy with those high-heeled boots and stuff.
Yeah, and that affects the flavor when I eat it because my brain has more pleasure.
It's the flavor is sex.
The green is sex flavored, obviously, and the red is.
Red is no, I guess green would be envy.
What's going on, Priscilla? Welcome. I think I saw you were you at? I think we missed it, the LA Comic Con. These Comic Cons friggin' pop up so fast. There's just so many of them. But yeah, I think I saw you were at LA Comic Con in Anaheim, or you're about to be. I don't know.
Oh shit! I gotta come visit one of these Comic Cons soon.
I'm not the best
at happening in our neck of the woods.
That one's kind of in our neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Anaheim's what, an hour away?
Yeah, Anaheim's I don't know. If you drive anywhere in LA in traffic, you're driving an hour anyway. So basically, it's right around the corner.
She said she's at the LA Comic Con and so. It was nice seeing Friend Zone and Yamster brought me food. So, I mean, it would have been worth it just for the Yamster food.
Yeah, dude. Fuck, I'd have come out if I knew Yamster food was on the table.
Yamster food also sounds like a fucking hamster food brand. Try Yamster food, premium pellets.
Food. For your hamster. Yamster food. Nice. He baked some cookies. Oh, did he put Sour Patch Kids in them?
I still don't think that's a thing. It says it's a thing. I don't think that's a thing.
It says it's a thing in red text right here.
Is not a thing.
It's a thing. Yeah, Priscilla, it's a thing. I have a pack of Sour
There's a
Patch
recipe
Kids
for
on
Sour
the
Patch
back.
cookies in the bag, and it's not a thing. They're trying to
Look.
make it a thing. It's not a thing.
The Sour Patch Kids is trying to tell me it's a thing.
Would they like melt? Like, at what point does the Sour Patch melt? Like, does gel melt? Would it melt in the cookie?
I don't know. Maybe it like melts
Oh.
while you're baking it, and then it like recongenes. Or
Papa
something.
Stock's good sweaty as fuck. You're like, you haven't pulled any of that rare ones. The top one I have is 103 out of like thousands. Like, that's rare as fuck, man.
That's rare as shit. What are you talking about? That's a 10,000 generative project. If you have a
Yeah,
top
like-
100 one, that's like top 1%.
So you're doing all right, Papa Stock.
Yeah. How rare are you going? Like top 10 or something?
It's number one. If you're not first, you're last. The Pop and Stock. Pop and Stock tried to collect Droppp meta. Do you want to open your monster?
I do. Here, let me share my screen. I'll also show off my bro pill because I'm excited. Today's reveal day for bro pills. And this is what mine looks like. Yeah.
We should also, this is a side note, but we should like make a neon spaced logo, a sign. We don't have a single like version. We don't have a single sign of our own logo.
I guess that's true, yeah.
Are you you're sharing your whole screen so you can't see it? But yeah, I like to share the neon spiced logo while we're doing shit. But sometimes it's like we're not talking about spicy stuff, so I just want a neon spaced logo. And I pulled up on Atomic Hub and I was like, yeah, we don't have like a single thing I can pull up that just shows neon space that isn't a neon sign digitally.
Yeah. So here, this reveal happened today. I was happy about this. I got a lemon, which that's like the type of guy he is, and I guess that's
It's like the type
relatively-
of pill. There's like a pickle, a lemon. It's like the color.
Yeah, there's a few
Spice
different
yellow.
ones. Here, let me see.
I think the
what different
psychedelic
ones are.
one's pretty cool, where it's like changing color.
Yeah, the trippy one. I was hoping for a trippy one too. Let's see. So here's if we go to what is it? Pill. So there's 25 types of pills. You could have an ape, a human, a pickle, a zombie, an android, a skull, an alien.
Skull spelled wrong.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what is this? An alien, a lemon.
Click on skull. I want to see what that is. Is that digitally spelled wrong?
Let's see, skull. Oh,
Nope,
yeah,
that's the
it's
skull.
supposed to be just a skull. And then let's see what are the other ones. The psychedelic here, skull trippy.
Damn, those are rare as shit.
Yeah, the lemon is the one I got. Let's see, and that's still also like.
There's only 26 of the trippy.
Yeah, let me see the.
There's trippy below skull trippy. There's just trippy by itself.
Oh yeah, you're right. Trippy is the one
I
I
think-
thought.
They're not animating. You're gonna have to click on it to show like what this actually looks like.
Oh yeah, so here's like the trippy one looks like this. So they have like a trippy color on them.
I like the one with the fucking keyboard in his mouth.
Oh yeah, let's see what he does. He's just typing with his mouth. That's great. And his eyes turn into like up arrows. This collection is fun to me. I mean, you know, it's like all different.
Wait, what's the
like,
Digi Ape? There's only one of those.
Oh, I've seen that one. He's just like a white ape kind of looking guy. Hold on, I gotta uncheck these. He looks like this.
No, it's not as cool as I thought.
That's
it would
pretty
be.
meh, honestly. I don't know. I prefer some of the other ones. Let's see, glass. There's one glass.
These are still more than I want to pay for them. As far as like, they're kind of cool, but
Yeah, I scooped mine for like 0.06 or something wax or Ethereum. Let's see. I got a lemon. There's only 95 lemons total, so not terrible. Pretty rare on the lemon side. I like this little.
they're no Droppp monsters for $10.
There are no drop monsters, so let's get into the drop monsters. I sent the Yamster. He got me when I sent it to my drop wallet. So here we go. I'm gonna open this drop monster now. Open it, baby.
I gotta
Well,
send mine
this
to
is
my
trying to
Droppp
bust
wallet still too.
That's actually pretty That's a pretty sweet opening.
Oh, crew.
All right, let's see. It looks like not the cool background, but
You got a
let's see what-
legendary headwear. 2% have this trait.
Oh yeah, 2%. That's pretty rare. Looks like that's my most rare. I have an uncommon.
I think the
hoodie on.
rest are commons.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of like what you should expect, honestly, when you open it. So I feel like that was pretty.
A legendary is not bad though.
Yeah, not bad. I also like, what is it, like a brain that he has, kind of like his brain is like leaking out of his
That's
head?
the legendary, the headwear. It's zombie. It's a zombie brain.
That's totally what it is. I don't know. I don't hate this guy. He looks cool. He's like a nice chonk monster with the Cyclops look going. and a hoodie. Chonkster. I dig it. I was hoping for a crazy background, honestly. That was like my main hope on one of these guys because I think the background really makes them stand out. But there, here, since we're already looking at these, check this out. If you go to NFT Hive and you look at
You
like
should
the
refresh it
details.
so you can look at yours.
Oh yeah, you're right. Let me refresh this. It's not listed, so probably won't.
You shouldn't
pop
have
up.
to list it. Like just look in your inventory and click details.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Here, I'll have to. Oh, it's in my Droppp wallet though. I can't like sign into it.
Oh yeah.
But like, here's one with a cool background, right? So if you click details, it actually shows
Here's
you
the
like the
thing.
backgrounds.
Collection. You can order the drop. You can order the aftermarket by rarity score. That's pretty sick.
Really, on here?
Can you post that into our Discord? We can't click like when I click on this. This is what I get. I can't copy and paste. But I'm interested in sorting by rarity score.
Horns? No, only half of them have horns.
Yeah, and if NFT Hive has a thing where it tells you the floor for each trait you
For
have.
each trait,
specifically,
yeah, that's
which is pretty sick. That's like closer to Ethereum and like rarity score sort of things. So the fact that it's built into a marketplace on Wax is pretty fucking sick in my opinion.
Yeah, like if you want this interstellar background, you can see the floor price for any of these that have that background.
Also,
is
the
600.
total, there's only 600 of them.
Yeah, total 600, and the floor price is 250 Wax if you want that, which is actually close to drop price, honestly. So not terrible.
I haven't checked Looties, but I know Looties you can do the same thing. They also you can check their rarity score on NFT Hive. I think my Lootie isn't very rare. I have a pretty like standard Lootie, but I'm just happy to be in the club. They're rare as fuck. There's only 500 of them or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. My Looty's also not rare at all, but I still like it. It's pretty cool. Damn,
Crazy
it's
thing
not-
is, not all traits even have a legendary or a grail. That's interesting.
right? I think if they don't, does that mean that they're just common? Like this one maybe is just entirely common.
If Rax doesn't, can somebody else repost this into our Discord? I want to click on it. I can't click on it, you guys.
Here, this guy's a chonk, but with a top hat. And he's got like a hay in his mouth.
I like that one.
Right, I like that one too.
Can you search by the... Oh, yeah, we can't search by background, can we?
No, it won't let you do that. Right now, the only filter options are schema, template, rarity, and the rarity is all one of one. So that's not super helpful.
Thank you, Least Comic Standing. Max, if you check the our Discord, you can sort by
Is it right
rarity
here?
score. How is that doing that, though? Like, how is that not an option for you on the market, but you...
Oh, here you go. Ordered by rarity score. What else can we order by?
Ooh, highest to lowest. Rarity score lowest, right? Or no, you want the highest because highest is the rarest, right? Oh, and this is also Explorer. This isn't even what's on sale, so you can see all of them.
Oh. Ooh, these pirate ones with the pirate background. I like. That's cool.
I don't know, though. Look at the neon. Look at that dude with the fucking gold glasses, the
Oh,
DP.
yeah.
That's
This-
fucking sick, dude. I would rock the fuck
This
out of
looking
Mayor.
dope.
What up, Mayor? What up, Mayor? You want to hang out? He looks like a cool dude.
Let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. He's got like multiple legendary. Oh,
Dude,
dang,
he's
got
fucking
shit.
pimping with the fucking
Dang, he's
gold
got
glasses.
3 grail. Wait, 1, 2, 2 grail, 2 legendaries, and an epic.
Dude, I bet Mayor can hoop. Look at that fucking headband, that sweatband. Like, I bet he fucking...
Oh, yeah.
If he can't dunk, he can probably at least lay up pretty good. If you're trying to pick a man, like a 5-man pickup game, Mayor's gonna fucking throw down.
Yeah, dude, this guy These are cool. I like this one too. She's got a very 80s vibe, which fits her back.
Yeah, she looks like she's like hitting up the jazzercise videos.
Yeah,
Like, if you're
right?
gonna do some jazzercise, she's gonna help you lose a lot of calories, and probably teach you some pretty cool dance jazzercise moves as well.
Gold
Yeah, I think this
chain.
show's all 10,000 Random King. Rank 10 sold for 1.1k wax. That's pretty penny.
Rank 10. I see it capping off here. So 10
If
is
these-
the most.
I believe 10 would be the 10th highest rarity score, because rank is separate than rarity score.
Oh, I understand. I mistook rank and rarity store there. Okay, some of these are still pretty fucking rare without the cool backgrounds.
That little like boat hat reminds me of the character from Stranger Things.
Yeah, that's like that uniform from the like ice cream place where they work.
I would I don't get excited about that many Halloween costumes, but I would like that Halloween costume wearing the ice cream parlor boat
Ice cream
outfit.
parlor. That's actually not a bad idea. Yeah, I started watching Wednesday, the like Addams Family show on Netflix the other day. They got some crazy costumes in that one too.
I think I saw you watching that last night.
Like, I don't know. I really like I mean, it's directed by Tim Burton. And I really think he pays a lot of attention.
Can you look up your Droppp wallet? You should be able to search it in the search bar and then see what yours says.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. My Droppp wallet is.
Hop and Stock is the 70th rarest now. He's fucking climbing up.
Let's see. Let's say done.
I don't even know what my Droppp wallet is. Yeah, it's just like, you need a Droppp wallet. I was like, I have one. I just don't I never use it. So
Here's
what a
mine.
fucking name. 1OI. Having a 1 and an I in the same name is fucking not good news.
Yeah, that's let's see how this plays out. Okay, so let's check my Droppp wallet.
25 is not bad for a drop price of, if his drop price $10 and you got a top 100 for $25, like, you know, the speculative value is, as far as will you be able to sell that for more than you paid for it, I don't know. But like, as far as am I willing to spend $25 on a vanity item that I enjoy, that's within my budget of like, yeah, I'm fine paying that much for like a video game skin or something.
No way,
I believe they sold out, Uga. I slept through it, but Yamster grabbed Max and myself one. Shout out Yamster, shout out to his family.
Oh, I thought I was already looking at my wallet. Okay, here we go. Here's my wallet, and then I can go to inventory. There it is. So now let's see these details. Does it tell me where my
family?
Yeah.
Shout out to his family.
Let's see what we got here.
Hey, how is shout out to his family not on here? Oh, I didn't add the new ones yet. I need to do that. The H3 podcast has just been getting so many fucking banger sound bites like in the last couple of weeks. I might steal some more of theirs. I'm trying to like differentiate our sound bites from their sound bites though, because a lot of our early sound bites are from them. How was that? What's happening? What's happening? Thank you for the subscription, says Sneaky. Or thank you for the gift sub if somebody gifts sub. I can never tell the difference from.
Sup.
What does this vote for, Rax?
Hold on.
What is the context?
I like that he has a name too. His name's Crew.
They have all randomly generated names, so each one has a one of one unique name.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Did you see what your trades were when you clicked details? I wasn't looking.
Yeah, so he's
What's the zombie? That's one we want to look at. 222 wax, cheapest zombie. There's only 200 of those. That's pretty fucking rare, dude.
yeah, that's pretty rare. Damn.
I suggested in Droppp Discord they use this collection for a whitelist for the Funko profile picture collection. They pitched that as a potential utility. Dude, if these whitelists you for Funko drops, that would be insane. I feel like they can't do that. Like, it would just be like
They'd be worth
all
a
their drops
fortune.
would sell out and just be flipped. Like like the collectors wouldn't get them, but I don't know. I would be happy as someone who holds one of these because it'd make them much more valuable. But I feel like that's definitely not the move for them as far as like onboarding people to the space. Like, I don't like the whitelist. Like, I like the first come first serve shit. As problematic as it is, it's so much less restrictive than like you need to understand how whitelists work to like be able to buy our drops, because that's gonna like exclude a ton of people in the crypto space. or
Yeah.
outside of the crypto space, I guess. It's standard practice in the NFT space, but I also sort of think, yeah, I don't know.
Oh shit, dude! This one's just 200 wax with the neon background and the hayseed thing and the cowboy hat. Oof.
Drop price was $10, Baggy Hodler.
Yeah, this is like $11.
That one's sick, dude.
I might scoop this one. This is like
Ooh, it has a cowboy hat, epic.
cowboy hat. I like the
If I
background.
hadn't, if I haven't opened mine, because who knows, I could pull the neon background out of mine. But if I had opened mine, I might scoop that. I'm also, I don't know, I'm 1,000 wax. I'm trying to stay at 1,000 wax. I'm at like 990 wax right now.
Let's see if I can scoop this.
I can make that wax back if I need to, but I'm trying to level up my taco venue, and it's fucking making it so I'm not earning much wax.
Oh yeah.
The problem is I like playing all
hard
the
to
games
level
I
up.
play. Like all the games that should be giving me an ROI, I'm just reinvesting in the game because I like the game and stuff. So
Yeah,
Let's
here,
see.
check this out. Watch, I'm gonna buy this thing, right? So 200 wax, and that should get me 2 honey. So I'll get a kickback from buying it here.
I'll BRB. I'm gonna make another tea.
So let's see if I can actually scoop it or not. Yeah, I understand. So I wonder, did that go through now? What? Oh, okay, it did, because it changed from buy to sell. But the fact that I bought it and spent 200 wax, now if you click here and you go to wallet, I should have claimable honey. Or if not right away, then it'll become claimable here in a minute. Because you get 1 honey per every 100 wax that you spend on this marketplace. And then you can go and swap your honey over here at Taco Swap. In the past, it had been way faster. It would like populate immediately. You can just click claim and get it. But I guess they're getting a little bit more stingy with how quickly it gets given out here, I guess. Let me check my inventory. Should have. This is the wallet I use for yield farming, obviously, so I had to send myself a liquidity pool party. But yeah, hey, yeah, I got this guy now. That's cool. Let me see if I want to scoop any more of these. Now that I got like the bug here.
I'm a little jealous. You got the fucking neon background and a cowboy hat. That's pretty
yeah,
sick.
neon background, cowboy hat, and the like hayseed thing in his mouth. That's pretty funny to me. Oh wait, where is it? Oh my god, come on. There we go, Drop Monsters. Oh, here's another neon background one with a sailor hat, but 300.
Chantrell. Chantrell.
Let's see. So there is 10,000 of these, and I would say that's a lot for wax. Although, oh, this is 17,000 wax. I was gonna say, never mind. 17 wax. I might buy this one. 17.1k is a little bit like not gonna happen. But yeah, like I was saying, there is many of these.
I like Ezra. That guy looks cool. The pirate hat and the one eye.
Yeah, that one does look cool. But I feel like the prices of this collection could fluctuate a lot based on how many of these there are and how quickly they sold out.
Check how many crates are burned.
Oh yeah, good call.
That's another important thing.
Let's see, total burned 4,000. Almost half of them are already
So
open.
almost half have been burned, but that also means there's literally 5,000 of these still floating on the market that have not been opened.
Yeah. Oh, this one's pretty great. Look at this.
I'm the KO. I think it's a crate looks better than monsters.
The crate also has like a pretty kick-ass opening video. I like that, where the hand like pops out and grabs you.
I like those ones with the 3 or the 5 eyes. It's kind of cool.
Right, with like the 4 eyes and then the 1 middle eye too. Yeah, these guys. They're pretty cool. I wouldn't like, if you're trying to like scoop this aftermarket, I would give it like a little bit of time. I mean, I did scoop what I wanted now, so I can now chill out and wait and see what happens with these the value of any of these. But the other side of this is that, you know, no one got them for less than $10, so I imagine that should hold relatively close to that. I don't know, we'll see. Definitely
We'll see if it's like Funko. Funko stuff holds value to fiat pretty well.
Yeah, plus if they do give it some type of utility that has anything to do with like catching a Funko drop, that's valuable utility. So I'll be interested to see. Oh shit, this one looks cool too. Or at least I like the backgrounds. overwhelmingly though, like the art style is very like simple, and I'm not as stoked on these as I am on my bro pill here. Like, oh, I swapped to the wrong profile, but I don't know. Like these, as far as like this being a profile picture versus what like the Droppp monsters are, it's like no contest for me personally.
Does it give you a still frame though? Like,
Yeah, it's
animated
like
profile pictures don't work most places.
Oh, I guess it's a hold on, like this one too. So let's see, what does the images comes with? The video, and I think that is no, it's just the videos. So you'd have to basically do your own still frame. I guess you could just pause it and be like, "Here's my profile picture," or maybe pause it like there. I don't know. I like the animated stuff, and especially because, like, you know, NFTs are a digital medium, and I don't need it to be still. You know, it's always going to be visible on my computer.
Is that Baggy Hodler?
But oh yeah, look at this. Bag
I wonder if that's just the like similar name, or if that's actually our Baggy Hodler.
Let's see what he's collecting. He's got himself a Mutant 8 Yacht Club ape. So if that's our Baggy Hodler, this thing sells for 20 plus Ethereum.
I feel like it's not.
You have a $17,000 offer on your ape right now, so I don't know if that's you.
I feel like the difference between bag and baggy is pretty big as far as intentional naming.
Yeah, but yeah, Mutant 8 Yacht Club stuff is its
BYO pill. Different than the Bra pill. It's actually worth more than your Bra pill.
Oh yeah, well, last sale was, let's see. Currently, yeah, okay, close. Still more, I guess. I don't know what the hell all these collections are. I honestly kind of like lose track of a lot of this shit. I don't know. I like the Bro pills way better than whatever this is. Let's see the animated on this.
I don't understand why people buy 90% of shit they buy on Ether. Like, what the fuck is this collection?
I don't know who's trying
Why
to
are people paying hundreds of dollars for that shit?
$200 for that? I don't think so. Not for me.
You don't want to pay $200 for a picture of a mushroom spinning in a pill?
Right? And like, does it have some kind of like elaborate explanation? It doesn't even have like an overview of what the collection is. Usually, like they'll tell you like, "Hey, here's."
But it's moved 6,000 Ethereum, which is fucking insane.
Good lord!
The amount of money that just fucking flies through these projects is crazy.
Yeah, I'm definitely way more excited about having my own little what are they called? Like my own little pill here. Mutant Ape Yacht Club. I don't know. This is also such a weird collection in my experience. I feel like this is like nonsense, right? I don't know. Like, why do you
feel that way about most of the Eucolab stuff? But like, it's hard to argue with the fact that it's worth a shit ton of money. Like,
yeah, I mean the floor price is 14 Ethereum. That's nuts. Like the cheapest one of these is $18,000. Like, and it's kind of hideous.
None of the Bored Apes look that like art value. There's no fucking way those things would be worth. Like, if you just put those up in a gallery, no one's paying $100,000 for them. Like, no fucking way.
Yeah, I like how hideous it is, but it is definitely hideous. Like, I like weird, trippy shit like that, but not $18,000 worth.
I don't know. I'd really like the Droppp pricing of $10. Like, $10 is fucking realistic, and like what people are willing to pay for like a just fun little digital flex. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Paying thousands and thousands of dollars for like a not even that good looking picture is just fucking crazy to me.
Yeah, and you can scoop like the floor of these for like $5 if you don't want to open one, and you know that's not that I could get behind. Even though I feel like I still like the Mutant Ape artwork better than I like the Droppp monsters, but again, I'm not paying $18,000 for any amount of artwork. I'm just not in the market for artwork that is that expensive. Ooh, this one's cool. She's like in hell. Like surrounded by flames. What is that background?
Almost all NFT projects I would not buy for 25 cents at a garage sale.
Lava Lagoon.
Weird. That one's got dual epics.
Yeah. Damn, the epic Astro cart is 68
Aristocrat.
watt. Oh, aristocrat. Oh, weird.
We almost got there.
Yeah. Let's see. The cheapest one of the aristocrat tray is 4 bones.
What do you mean? I saw your monster. It's Max's screen we're looking at right now. Are you talking about on the screen or separately? Did you show me your monster privately? I don't remember.
Let's see. I should be able to see it. Wallet, right? And then.
Or are you asking us if we can see your monster?
Yeah, I'll show you my monster looks like. Let's see, activity. I'm still trying to understand this. Okay, account maybe. Where do I see my like
Probably
NFT?
wallet, right?
Oh, here we go. This thing. There it is.
You can also send it out of there if you don't want to use it.
I definitely will do that. I'm gonna do that right now. So if I want to send it out of
Oh, that's
here.
cool. The traits tell you the percentage right there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that is pretty cool. Oh, here it is. Transfer. 0 NFT selected. Is this not selected? Oh, there's a little circle up here. Got it. Selected. Continue. Transfer to. Make sure it's spelled right. Oh, it tells you it's a valid account. That's good. Let's go. Confirm transfer. Oh, you have to say it again. Transfer. Let's go. Sent it.
Let's see these trades. Body, slender, 50%. Oh, you got the aristocrat clothing.
Nice. Which one's that?
This is Random Kings. If you want to look up drops, it's drop.io/mahala.dp.
Mahala.dp. Oh, you can just look it up in Drop. Okay, let's see. There's a search inside a Drop. Oh, here's a Drop.
Well, if you also just do /MahalaDP at the end of there.
Okay, yeah. /.
It's going on Starcadia.
Is it
Starcadia is a
.dp?
game that we were playing a little bit ago. That's like the flying spaceship game where you shoot at shit in outer space. So
Oh, there you go. Oh, nice. You got the pirate ship in the background. That's pretty cool.
Rafaela. I like the name. I didn't know like Raphael could be turned into a female name, but Rafaela is now like a sick name that I know.
Ooh.
Rafaela.
And you got your Funkos in here.
Look at those traits. The Cove is epic. Can you scroll down? Are there any other crazy traits?
Here
Yeah,
we
the
go.
Derby also. That's a rare one. It's got 2 epics at 6%.
Oh yeah.
Can devs do something?
Headwear with Derby. Oh, that's this little hat. That's cute.
I didn't realize they call that mouth the hillbilly mouth. That's kind of funny. Yeah, fucking hillbilly.
Is it? Oh, that's funny. Nice.
I would call it like straw or something.
The hayseed. This animation's fun.
You get nothing. You
That's
lose.
cool though. I also like that it shows
Good
up as
day,
your,
sir.
or that you've set it now as your. Oh my god, I need to get a new mouse.
The whole point is supposed to be at their profile pictures
Yeah,
for
their
your drop
profile.
wallet.
And that you have the mahala.dp is a pretty cool. Like all of these things, I think Drop is a cool like tool for people like who want to do all this stuff but don't want to like figure out how to make their own wallet names and all this shit. So it's like nice that there's a service that does it all for you.
I think Drop's a cool tool for opening Funko packs because you can't do that anywhere else.
Yeah, that too. And opening these Drop monsters. But yeah, do you have your pack? You want to open yours and see what you pull?
I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab my tea, but sure.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what else. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even know what my Drop account wallet name was, but I just typed in my email address. It was like sign in. And you just sign in with an email address. So I typed in like my email that I use for everything, and it was like, here's your account. So I hadn't actually been using it for a long time. Damn, you got a bunch of Funkos from the Looney Tunes set. That's dope. Gossamer. Nice. He kind of reminds me of, since I was just watching the Wednesday Addams show. He reminds me of like what's his face? The guy who's just made out of hair in Addams Family. Is it just Thing? No, Thing is the hand. I forget the name of the guy, but there is a character in Addams Family who's just like hair with glasses. I don't remember it though. I'm gonna have to double back here and see if anybody else. Cousin It. Yes. Okay. I was gonna say someone in the chat probably knows. Yeah. Okay. I thought it was like a Cousin Fester, but no, Fester is another one. That's like he's like the chubby guy. I think. I don't know. I forget. I used to watch The Addams Family a lot growing up, but it's been so long.
My wallet's almost close to your Overwatch name, Jace, or your Blizzard name.
Oh yeah.
Mine's spelled like Giece, Jace.
Nice. That's not bad.
Jace.dp. I don't know.
That's what it took, like 5 minutes or something after I sent the pack to the wallet for it to actually arrive there, which was like.
It probably makes it. It's like an exchange where you get to
nerve-wracking.
confirm all the transactions.
Yeah, it was a little nerve wracking. Where I was like, "Where is it?" I just sent it, and like I checked it on Atomic Hub, and it was already there in Atomic Hub, but it wasn't showing up in Droppp until like a little bit later.
You're also too slow, so I got the Pioneer pin.
Ah, son of a bitch.
I'll send you the Carl pin though.
Nice. Now you can
For
hang out in the
tourist station.
Pioneer Lounge too, right?
Dude, these are fucking crazy. The cheapest one's 2,000 wax.
Which one? The Pioneer pins?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have sold it anyway, but
I mean,
That's
it's meant
dope.
for us to like have access as a team to like the private area, basically.
yeah, I don't think I'd be selling it. It's cool. I'd use the utility though.
What am I sending? I'm sending. What's the newest transfer?
Oh,
drop?
it's the monsters.
I got sent
There it
all
is.
the shit after I got sent the monster. Got an active wallet. Damn, he sent me a bunch of cool shit, dude. He sent me the top hat. He sent me a nanite
Oh,
cream
shit.
bar, a double burger, curly fries, star latte, cat ears, time juice, espresso. I got the fucking works, yo.
Yeah,
All right, let's
dude,
make
I
sure
got
that's the right wallet.
cat ears.
G.dp. That looks right. I'm nervous sending it to a wallet that I don't normally use. It's like, what is
Yeah,
this?
it's nerve wracking. It's nerve wracking.
All right, we're launching Anchor.
Oh, I think the event is ending in 48 minutes here on Realm 2.
Oh shit!
BT
I gotta
Dubs.
send my last guys.
You got last chance to get some points for your teams.
Let me pull that up. Oh, 6-bit glitches. Always lurking.
Oh yeah.
Mutes.
Oh yeah, my fucking politician just leveled up.
Did you get just Eric? Eric.dp? That's a pretty good wallet. I feel like you could sell just that wallet someday.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
Eric's a pretty common name.
Eric.dp. DP just makes me think of like, naughty things. There's something that it stands for that's not safe for work. But we all know what it is.
What the fuck? This account has been flagged as being against the realm policies.
What? You cheating?
No.
That's super weird. I didn't even know they had
Oh, now it's
like a
working.
ban. Yeah, I didn't know they had a
I don't know what the
ban
fuck that was, but let's keep it family friendly in here, Max. I don't know. We got the
Wait.
18 plus. I'm trying to think of
Oh.
a better thing for DP.
DP, it stands for Dependable Petroleum. That was a South Park joke.
The sale starts in 129 hours. All right, let's see if I can get some last minute missions in.
I definitely don't have enough to scoop any of those packs in Realm.
Surgeons.
Let's see. Although my guys are leveling up pretty good. My leaders. I liked this version of the team game a little bit better than the last time they did a team one, because I feel like it was a little bit more spaced out. The last time it was like you literally had to do it every hour on the hour or no dice. Whereas this time, like all the different
No, I just sent to the wrong fucking mission, dude. I didn't mean to do that. Oh well.
Misstep.
Can't all be zingers.
I guess not.
Double points. That's a good one for DP. Double points.
Double points. There you go. Family friendly. Get your mind out of the gutter. Pop in stock.
Still hasn't showed up. Oh yeah, it has. Here's my crate. Let's open it.
Yeah, way to go, Lewis. You lost it for the green team. I think that's pretty cool.
Let's see. Looks like I got pretty much all commons. It's a real trash pull.
Boo. No cool background.
The Western is the only thing I got. Well, Sullivan. You think Sully wants to buy this for me? Is his full name Sullivan? Yo, Sully, do you want the Sullivan?
Worth buying the monsters? I don't know. I think their price isn't like crazy high at like $10 for a drop. So
I think it's worth buying if you like the way they look and don't expect to sell for more than you buy it for.
Yeah, that's what I would say. They're not like crazy cool compared to like some of the other,
I don't hate this monster. I kind of like Sullivan. I like the lipstick matches the pink bandana. The purple and pink is kind of a nice color scheme.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate any of the monsters. I think they all look pretty, like, not bad. But I think if you wanted to...
I do want one with a neon background, though.
That's where I was at. I was like, I really want one that has that fucking, like... That's why I was glad to scoop the one I did.
How do I see the drop monsters?
Let's see.
I must see the drop monster.
Just send it to myself here, too. Let's see.
Price difference, that's kind of interesting. See, I don't see the option that was on a different thing when you guys were searching by. Yeah, there's a bunch of different tabs for this. Like where you see like the rarest, search by rarest.
Ah.
Yeah, let's check out Chain Champ, see if there's any deals. Chain Champs. Although you don't get the incentive for buying on Chain Champs.
Yeah, that's true. I do like that, like wax or the honey kickback.
Monsters? What is this even called?
It's called
Drop monsters, maybe?
Yep.
Monster drop. There we go.
I'll log back into my Max Collected wallet. I should have both my monsters in there. I got myself a couple. I pulled one from the pack that Yamster hooked me up with.
Holy shit, this background's cool, dude. Look at the outer space background.
Yeah, I like that one too. The little planets and shit everywhere.
I don't like that it doesn't tell you how rare they are here, though.
Yeah, that's definitely
here it is.
nice.
It tells you a background. Epic. Here, and check this fucking shit out. They actually have you can search by background.
Hey-oh.
So it does not work on Atomic Hub. It does not work on an FT Hive, but if I want to find my 80s Epic, is there really only one available? There's no way that's true. That one also looks Actually, I don't know. The colors are pretty good because it's all pink and purple, but the shirt's kind of boring. I think it's because I'm on live. If I go to just the market, then I go to monster.drop, then we can check out the background. Brightest, lowest. Oh, damn, this is under the floor price. She's pretty sick, too, dude. She's got fucking some hoop earrings.
That is cool. That lets you sort by the backgrounds and stuff. Chain Champs really does like make sorting these markets a lot more user friendly, in my opinion.
It's by collectors for collectors, whereas the other marketplaces are sort of made by, I don't know, people who aren't collecting as much, more so like people who are on like the tech side.
Yeah. You got Eric into the idea of selling his wallet. Honestly, there's probably some other Eric out there who collects Funkos and would like an Eric.
This one is wallet. Super sick too. Look at this one.
That is cool, yeah.
It's got the parrot and like the stripes. Yeah. That's a little out of my price range. I'm probably just going to keep an eye up. I'll probably scoop another one. If there's one under $10 with the neon background, I just want to move some tokens around and get some more liquid wax before I'm going too hard on this shit.
Yeah, that's why I scooped the one with the hillbilly mouth on the neon background. I was just like, I want a neon background one, and now I can just chill. Now I have it, and it's good times. Good times are killing me.
Good times, bad times, you know we've had our share. I guess let's do another giveaway, and then maybe get into the tech talk.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Damn, I really wish I pulled a cooler background, but I am happy I got the cowboy. It's not total failure.
Total annihilation.
This is also only $10, so I don't feel like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I felt about this whole project. It's like the price is right. Like I'm not gonna be like salty about losing like value when the value is just like starts out as $10.
Let's give away a standard capacitor from Alien Worlds. This was to promote the DAO and shit. You can vote for people now. You can vote for me. I think I'm in 6th place on Naren, or you can vote for whoever, or you can just sell your TLM, but this will help you mine. You can use 3 tools. This can be one of your 3 tools. All right. Make sure I pasted that. I did. Let's do a fun hits time. I can do I'll use fast to slow. I feel like makes more sense than slow to fast. As far as this is it's science. I did the wrong one.
It's science.
It's science. Science rules.
It's time, everybody. Exclamation point play.
Clearly time. What's the giveaway for this one?
Whatever I just showed. Standard capacitor for Alien Worlds.
Oh, that's right.
Tool that
Standard. Yeah, and you can mine TLM and then stake it and vote for your boy.
Also, this will not help you, but if you get mining points on Naren, you get paid out TLM staked in Naren, you get paid out Naren tokens.
Oh.
So I make like a decent amount of extra TLM just by mining on Naren.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Is Lewis Monster or Max for sale? Is there a Lewis Monster? I don't even know.
Oh.
Good question.
Keep an eye out for Eric. Yeah, that's true. I haven't even thought to look at the names. Let me see. There's a Maxton, but I don't see a Max. Max Ton is pretty funny though. I wonder if there's a Lewis.
There is a Lewis. Damn, now I need this one. This guy's sick too.
Oh, there's an
damn,
Erickson.
Dude, this guy's sick. Look at him. This is the Lewis. Do you see this, Max?
Let me switch to your screen.
He's
Oh
like
my
a
god.
fucking
that's bullshit.
walrus with a fucking pink parrot. God damn. Wish you
And
didn't
a
tell me this,
crown.
Eric. Now I want this.
Is he on sale or is
Um,
it like listed?
It's still in the mint wallet.
Uh,
Now I gotta keep buying packs. God damn it. Just kidding. I don't know. It's a fun goal to have now. Now I have like a fucking NFT I
Yeah.
want to search for eventually. Let's see if
I
there's
see an
a
Ericsson, but I don't see an Eric.
there's a Maximilian right here.
Oh shit! I didn't even type Max. I just typed Max. Is that one still in the drop wallet, or is it someone selling that one?
This one's in n4n.db. You could try to trade with this guy. He's pretty cool too, though. He's got a crown and 3 eyes. This guy's got multiple too. He's a Funko collector. He bought 3 crates.
Damn, there he is. Yeah, he's
I
not.
wonder if
listing
they
it,
can
though.
accept. There might be a regular max too. Let's see. Yeah, there is just normal max as well. This one's sick. The normal max. Look at this. He's a fucking fire background. I've never even seen that. And he's wearing
Yeah,
a
the
lumberjack
lava.
shit. This one's got to be rare as shit. He's got 1, 2 epic traits, 3 epic traits. Hot damn.
Damn. Okay,
This
I'm gonna
one
keep my eye out.
is.
I'm gonna keep
This
my
one's
eye
in
out for
mint.drop. This one has not been opened yet.
Okay, I'm gonna keep my eye out for the Max one to hit the market, and if it does, I'm gonna see if I can get it. I'd take Max or Maximilian. Although Maximilian is spelled with an E-N at the end, where mine is A-N.
Was it?
Or did I read that wrong?
There's an A on the end.
Oh.
You're saying yours is an E or an A? It's A.
No, mine's A, M-A-X-I-M-I-L-I-A-N.
This one has 2 L's, maybe is the difference.
Ah, that's the difference. Okay, yeah. 2 L's.
There's also Maximiliano. There's also Maximo.
Maximiliano is what Paul's family calls me sometimes. Like Paul's mom will call me.
Oh, wait, no, here's
Maximiliano.
Maximilian with 1 L. They spell it both ways.
Oh shit!
This one has not been pulled yet. This one's pretty
How's
cool
your
too.
luck?
He's got like a
Oh,
trucker
he got a
hat.
pipe. I could.
He's got
dig
a
it.
drop trucker hat and a pipe. That one's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that one.
Ooh, let's see what the Paul monster looks like. Okay, this is fun. I'm back in now that you can search for
Yeah,
random
yeah.
names.
Now that
like-
there's name, like I'm into it too. What's Paul? Is Paul a female monster?
Paul's got a. This is Paul.
Oh, that's pretty
Paul's
cool.
got a fucking diamond background, a crown, and a pipe. You both have
Yeah.
pipes in your fucking monster.
Excellent. I'll have to see if I can scoop that one and the Max one.
Let's see if Eric. Do you guys ever figure out Warsaken? Max played some Warsaken and Mark did as well.
Yeah, I did. It's fun. I have a deck. It's pretty good. Well, I played Blitz. I don't know if the second game's out yet.
Here's the Eric one.
All right. He
I
looks
kind
a
of like
little-
this guy.
Yeah, he looks a little like derpy, but in a good way.
I like the derp. I think he looks like this guy looks nice. Like this guy looks like he'd fucking hang out,
Yeah, like
have a good time.
like he's down to clown, dude. He's down to like have a good time.
If somebody has this on webslinger.dp, you can try to buy it. I like
Oh, shit.
webslinger.dp is fucking avatar. He's got a big
His Atomic Hub avatar, yeah.
This guy's got 4 of them too. I feel like you could maybe get lucky and like try to trade one of these guys, a rarer one, just for the name, and they won't realize like that the name is what you want.
Yeah, or you could just reach out and say, I want the name. Maybe they're cool.
I feel like letting them know that the name is what you want is like bad
It's
for
a misstep.
negotiation.
Yeah.
There is no
You-
Marcy.
Oh, Marcy. Sorry, girl.
Let's see. Any other names I should look up before we? Mark, maybe? We haven't.
How about Mark? Yeah, Mark with a C.
Oh, there is a Marceline. There's a Marcy spelled differently, but it's not the way we spell it.
Oh.
There's also a Marcia. Yeah, Marcia is pretty dope.
Paul's mom will call Marcy Marcella sometimes. Marcella.
Marcia. This is Marcia. She got fucking
Oh, she got her 3D
3D
glasses.
glasses and a hat. Dude, she's fucking classy. What a classy lady. What'd you say, Marcella? She calls her.
Yeah, Marcella. Like if she's
is Mar-
getting yelled
This is
at.
Marcella. Marcella's dope too.
Oh yeah, damn. That looks like a Marcy alter ego. Like, just really like excited.
Let's see if I can find Mark. Here's Mark. Mark's looks hilarious. This is Mark. He's got fucking like 5 o'clock shadow and
That's pretty good. A little like raggedy kind of guy.
all right, let's do the marbles. I didn't look up Red. I bet they have a Red though. Red's like a common enough name. There's 10,000 of them. I feel like there's not even 10,000 names. Surprised they had a Lewis, to be honest. Red always reminds me of a
that guy looks like a narc.
the dad from that 70 show's name is Red, right?
Oh yeah, I think you're right. I feel like Red is always like a good a nickname for somebody who has red hair.
There's also like the Red Green show, I think, which was like a sketch comedy show in Canada. I could maybe be wrong about that, but that sounds right to me. Where are Canadian experts when we need them? Where are toque-wearing friends from the north?
Toques, yeah, we gotta reach out to Burst and be like, "What's the deal, Burst?"
Inadequate Mass is usually our resident Canadian expert, but I haven't seen him in the chat today. He might be. I think he does like snowplow stuff, right?
Oh yeah, like Mr. Plow.
Yeah. There might have been like King Plow. Yeah, I feel like we asked him the name of his brand at one point. I was like, it reminds me of Mr. Plow, but
Huh.
he's got weird hours. He's basically always on call. He's like on call based on when it snows and when it doesn't.
Interesting.
Shout out to his family. Shout out to Inadequate Mass, aka Rob.
Yeah, keeping the streets open in the harsh winter months.
I think he also lives in pretty rural Canada, so it probably gets fucking gnarly out there.
Oh, I bet. I feel like if he calls in sick, then everybody else can also not go to work.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's a pretty good line, Random King. Am I
I
going to
still
jinx
haven't-
you, or are you going to make it? Am I going to jinx you? Oh, I jinxed you. I'm sorry. Poppin' stock. Squeezing in there at the last second. Our favorite Funko tracker, Mr. Poppin' stock.
What an upset.
I also feel like I just realized that like your name's Poppin' stock because it's Funko Pop and like Funko Poppin' stock. It makes sense now. I'm connecting the dots.
Pop in stock. I just got that too. After you explained it, I was like, yes, that makes sense.
Checks out. Man, I got the degen spirit flowing. I really want more of these Droppp profile pictures, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll
it's
buy
the
one
worst.
more, but I'm also going to give it some time because I just don't know what the market's going to do.
That's where I'm at too with it. It's like I got two. I got one that has the background I wanted, and then I guess now I just want one that has my name.
Can devs do something?
I also wanted, I don't know. I want to like move around some of my value on wax.
Yeah, I should take my own advice here and be like, it is a 10,000 asset collection. It's likely that the price isn't going to explode unless they announce some kind of utility.
Yeah. I'm really
But
just want it for
even
the vanity, not because I think it's
I
gonna be
do
worth
too,
what I
yeah.
paid for it.
I mean, I bought the ones I bought because I'm a vain NFT collector.
It's also
And the
like,
ultimate vanity would be the having your own name.
I'll also say this is like the first profile collection on wax from like a brand that I feel like actually gives a shit about the future of wax. Like Topps just cash grab the fuck out of wax. Topps, like they did the profile picture and then left the blockchain. Like I don't think Droppp is going anywhere. Droppp is invested at the blockchain producer. Aloha EOS works directly with Token Head and with Droppp, and they're all invested in kind of like owned by Funko. So like, I don't know. I feel better supporting someone that's building for wax. Like it doesn't feel like as much of it. It's definitely like, they're trying to make money. I'm not going to say this isn't them trying to make money.
Sure,
But of the brands like that I think are going to abandon wax and not reinvest in wax, I think this like Droppp does a pretty good job. Same with like Tokenhead and Funko, because I feel like Funko is only getting better. Like they started doing not only set bonuses and the redeemables, but then they started doing random airdrops, and then also the animation, the artwork. I feel like has been getting better on this Funko sets. Like they're actually like reinvesting into making better products rather than just like cranking out the same crap necessarily.
Yeah, I hope they stay too. It is kind of annoying to see like all these bigger places.
Well, that's why I'm so happy this did well, because like if this didn't
same.
do well, it might have been like a warning sign for like, you know, Funko to not invest so heavily in wax. But the fact that this sold out means like, oh hell yeah, they can still do well here. There's no reason for them to leave as long as their shit keeps selling out. So like, happy this sold out for the sake of keeping Funko on wax, and also like, I don't know, of the companies that have done profile picture drops on wax, I feel like I believe in this one a lot more than that. Garbage Kill ones was fucking. It was real dumb. It was like over $100 and a 10,000 project. They're asking for like $1 million after like already abandoning the chain, basically.
Yeah,
and $10 is like, it's reasonable. Like again, like I'll buy a skin for $10 in a video game. Like this is not beyond the asking price is not unreasonable. If this was like, I'd call it a cash grab if they're asking for like $50 per, but like $10 per is like, I don't know. I feel like it's pretty reasonable, even if it has no utility. Like $10 is not that much money. That's even like Max's thing. He bought his for like $75. His bra pills. It's like I can buy 7 of these for that, and like I'd rather have 3 of these I like, and still spend half of what he spent. Like I don't know. It's just so much more approachable on wax. So I'm happy that like this exists, and I'm kind of like happy when anybody does a profile picture drop that just is reasonably priced. It's like I like these things. I like collecting them. I like the different like the traits and trying to find the ones I like. I'm just not trying to spend fucking $300 a pop on them, which is like everything on Ether.
Yeah, kind of is. I do agree with this too. I'm glad that like this was very clearly not a physical redeemable thing, and they're very clear about that. And so it's nice to see that they have that the collectors of Funko stuff have an appetite for digital collectibles, because that isn't necessarily clear just from the NFT sales for pops, because those could 100% be driven by the desire for the physicals. So it's nice to see that there is definitely interest from that collector community in these kind of like digital only collectibles. So that's kind of dope. I'm gonna share my screen here and let's take a look at some of these crypto markets too while we're at it. Right, here we are. It's Tuesday again. And let's see, this last week we had kind of a flat week, a bit of a pump. And we've been kind of like hovering and looking at Ethereum again. Let me zoom out on this chart. You can see the orange lines had been kind of like the range track that we marked out months ago now. It's like been kind of around there since July. We did peak out kind of near the top of that range here in August. Now we're kind of retesting the bottom of it again, it looks like. So we had, drop down, kind of popped back up, and my assumption is we're not going to clear this and we're going to continue to go down, just like I kind of have been very bearish for the last several months anyway. But I'm still not seeing that sentiment change. By the way, if I click right click, you can reset the chart view like that too. A big part of that sentiment is informed by the on balance volume continuing its sell-off. We can see the stochastic RSI is overbought right now on the daily chart where we're looking. And I think if we zoom in like closer, it's probably going to be a little less overbought, like the 4 hour. Yeah, see the 4 hour, we're kind of like oversold now. So in the short term, you could see kind of like a retest to the middle B band line, I imagine, before a rejection and continuing down. It's also fun to note that we're still very much in line with our blue kind of like bear market trend. So if I zoom out and let's go back to the 1 day here.
Just also, just disclaimer, not financial advice. We look at NFTs and we like collecting NFTs, but the second you buy an NFT, it is a non-fungible token. The token part means it's cryptocurrency. So whether you like to or not, you're invested in cryptocurrency when you buy artwork NFTs. So we kind of try to show people the crypto side of stuff, but yeah, this is more educational than it is necessarily we're telling you what to do with your money. But in case people are wondering why we're transitioning from profile pictures to hard market statistics. That is what we do every Tuesday. So hopefully you can learn something.
I'll keep it a little bit light too, because this week hasn't been like as absurdly crazy as like last week when we popped in and like had to kind of unpack the whole FTX collapse and how that like contagion.
I just wanted to do more of a verbal transition. I feel like we just like went pretty hard from like chart reading, from looking at traits to chart reading.
Yeah, but so we've been kind of like charting the bear market since it started in November here, and kind of like this light blue line was like our range of like, it's if we ever get above this line, we could basically call the end of the bear market. We've not even gotten close, and ultimately I feel like we could probably even adjust this line, make it a little bit tighter now. I'm gonna bring it a little down here, just kind of bringing it a little closer here. We didn't even get close on the retest here, but the like dark blue line is kind of our bear trend that we've been following. We drew that line like probably in May or something, May, June, July-ish area. So it's been fun to see it actually like stick to that line. But yeah, you can see here as we were kind of sticking on it going down, we lost that line, kind of came back, hugged it again, lost it again, came back. We've been hugging it for a while. We've been pushing let me right click and reset this chart. So now we've been pushing kind of up here. I don't think we have a lot more room to keep moving up. I think we're going to try to stick closer to this line. And then these red lines that I've drawn out were kind of like the bottom bear market supports. So like this first red line was one that we called out way back before the Celsius collapse, which that Celsius is like a centralized broker in the UK, I believe. But they like collapsed, and that was basically coupled with the collapse of Terra Luna. So during that kind of like massive Terra Luna Celsius drop, we got a huge push, and that kind of helped to push us away from our trend, and that's how we pushed so far down. We actually hit that first target of that bear market all the way back in June. Since June, we've been stuck in this channel. If we're looking between these orange lines that I've drawn out here. So since June, we've been what would be considered like ranging with the price of this asset. We're waiting for the range to break. So it'll either break up or down, and I'm still thinking very much we will break down. And once we break down out of the range, we should see the next kind of like leg down, pushing us most likely to somewhere in between these two ranges. So I'm personally targeting around $750, $800 for a place to close my personal like short positions, because I'm putting my money where my mouth is, and like placing positions that are designed to profit from a decreasing market, because I think the market is going down. We'll have to see if that actually plays out, and we always have to, as usual, stay vigilant and make sure that like what we are predicting is sticking to the model. If, for example, we do push beyond this line, that would be like the end of short selling for me for a while. Honestly, ultimately, if we break above this range, like anything above like 2,000 a unit for Ethereum would see me lose my confidence in my short-term or in my short sentiment. And ultimately, when I'm looking at these right now, I don't think it's going to push far beyond like 1380, 1400, like this middle, this one right here. And if we did kind of like close a full day above this support, I might reassess my short positions and like shuffle them around and maybe like manage my risk. But for now, we're still very much in our orange range here. We're definitely like on the bottom, like last part of this. And we have been retesting the very bottom of this range a couple times already in the past few weeks. You can see we basically touched it and then fired back up, fell back down to it, and continued to come back up. I think we're going to fall back down to it again. It's possible we keep ranging a little bit, but at one point, relatively soon in the next few weeks or months, I want to see this retest fail, and then when it does break this line, I would imagine we'll see a nice little wick down, similar to past breaks out of ranges where you see kind of like a range here, and then we lose that range. That green line is what we had supported there. We see how we retested it, bounced around the range, lost it, and then until we found a new support level, which now you've been basically testing this support level multiple times over the past quarter or so year. And that coupled with the macroeconomic picture makes me very concerned with the ability of this support line to hold. And again, a lot of that is informed by, we can see the on-balance volume just continuing its very clear downtrend. And what that is indicating is money or value moving out of this asset. So despite the fact that the price here was lower than the spot price is currently, the amount of value in these markets was higher. So even though the spot price is actually higher than it was here, the money in the market has still been leaving, and that is usually a very strong indication of a bear market. We can actually zoom out and you can start to see that very clearly on balance volume and money moving into the asset until we reach our peak happening to be right around here. And then from here on forward, the market is moving, the money is moving out of the market again. So this is a great little indicator that helps us kind of like, visualize, or helps us inform our bias a little bit further. It's not necessarily telling us anything as much as it's just like helping us formulate these conclusions. Let's take a look really quick at wax as well. And actually I have one more chart that I've been looking at recently that I think is actually worth poking at. It is this one, I believe. No, that's the Great British Pound. The S&P. This is the one. This is a chart that charts the 10-year smooth moving average of the housing market. And it's pretty remarkable. So we're starting all the way back here in 1987. And since 1987, this chart is a great way to see each housing bubble or each housing market collapse since basically the start. So you can see here is 2008, we peaked out, and then following 2008, 2009, the whole housing market very famously, most people probably remember, it collapsed. The bottom of that market is denominated on this chart in about 2011, 2012. Since then, we've been climbing pretty aggressively. And for the very first time in a long time, are taking a steep dump back towards this center B-band line. And again, this is a 10-year smooth moving average, so these charts aren't going to like suddenly dump, but it is starting to do some of the early stages of basically what would amount to a bear market for real estate. And in the kind of like macroeconomic pictures lately, we saw Blackstone is a massive real estate hedge fund, and they limited withdrawals this last week to their clients. That's not like a crypto thing. That is entirely a fund that is almost exclusively invested into properties and into real estate, and they're facing liquidity shortages to the point where they have to limit withdrawals to their clients. There's a big red flag lately in the macro picture that is painting this like very kind of worrisome picture of just limited liquidity. And a big portion of that was published like yesterday. I kind of want to look at this really quick. There was a Swiss bank. It's like 80 trillion $80 trillion USD US, right? USD FX. Let's see, BIS warns of this was published very recently. So there's a basically $80 trillion of hidden FX swap debt. This is a really kind of a complicated topic to understand. But what this means, so first of all, FX is foreign exchange, and $80 trillion is a metric fuck ton of money. And so I was looking into this, and basically this is the BIS is what you could consider like the central bank of the world, kind of. I think they're based in Switzerland. It's a financial institution that monitors the foreign exchange and forex markets, as well as like tons of other like financial indicators. But they've published a report that suggests that the FX swap market, which is a market where you would come, like this is an international market where you, as a, let's say, Japanese insurance company, could come and deposit your yen. I'm not sure how to say the Japanese currency name, and you could swap it into like US dollars, and then you would have a debt commitment in yuan, and you'd have a debt commitment in US dollars, and you'd have your collateral in yuan or yen, and basically these markets, you know, it's normal for these markets to have trillions of dollars in outstanding debt, because the outstanding debt represents positions such as what I just described, right? But the real kind of takeaway from this the publication of this information is that there is an $80 trillion hidden debt, and the hidden part of this makes it really worrisome, because when you don't understand the counterparts to the debt, because the debt itself is obscured or hidden like it is in this case, it's very difficult to understand the solvency of that debt, and we won't actually know how bad the situation is until it starts to melt down. Because how could you know? Because you don't know like 80 trillion sounds like an assload of money, and I mean it is, but it's also like, well, if the counterpart is there and you're good for it, then this is a non-issue. But the issue is not necessarily the amount of money, but rather the fact that the money isn't, like, it's not clear where the counterparts of this money are, and therefore it makes it unclear to know when, you know, you hit this threshold of, like, you know, a tipping point where stuff can start to collapse. And because it is so hidden, it's advertising lighting rigs to me, and because it's so hidden, it makes it very difficult for us to see the coming issues with these assets, or the potential insolvency with those assets. Don't mock me, Paul. It makes it very difficult for us to see that coming, and that is dangerous. The other side of this is that overwhelmingly, like, a lot of exposure to FX market swaps is considered to be in pension funds and Wall Street funds, such as pension funds on Wall Street. And that makes me worried as well, because traditionally speaking, a pension fund is a very risk adverse investment vehicle. They wouldn't assume a bunch of risk. And so if pension funds are over leveraged into the FX swap markets, then I would guarantee every other aspect of the market is also over leveraged into it. Because if pension funds are doing it, then everybody's like on board, you know? Like, pension funds don't do that kind of shit. So this, if you do want to like kind of read through this is an interesting publication that they made about the you know, the potential of a, you know, unknown hole in the foreign exchange markets. That, coupled with what we're seeing in crypto and in real estate, and just kind of all across the board, makes the picture a little murky, and the murkiness is not good for investor confidence, and low investor confidence equals, you know, recession, or people not trying to put up all that money that they normally would. And they shouldn't, because it's scary and dangerous to do that when you don't understand, like, why would you take on a debt if you don't know the counterpart? And again, that's kind of the risk here. So that's just some of the macro picture I've been following. Here we're looking at the wax market too. Wax had a big drop, and it's interesting to see. I actually drawn out these support lines also a long time ago. This 8 cents one we hit also back when Terra Luna first collapsed. Way back here we tapped it. But since then I was like, yeah, we can drop below that. And then interestingly enough, we've been retesting that support line for a while. And then just like we were talking about what we're just like we're waiting for with Ethereum to lose the support, here you can see what that looks like. We lost the support, and, you know, just like we kind of expected, we hit right to the next level of support that we had listed at. So, you know, I was buying some wax at 5.5 3 or something since when this first happened. Now it's starting to like, it's turned this into support now, and I would say this will be the resistance level. So I would not be surprised to see wax continue to range now between this 5 and this 8 cent kind of like range before, or at least before, either we break up or break down again. So for now, I think we're relatively stable within this range until, we aren't. But for now, it also looks like, the money sold out of this market pretty aggressively on the way down and hasn't really been, despite the fact that like the spot price has been kind of steadily declining. You can see this is almost like steadily increasing. So that is kind of sending mixed messages when it comes to wax. But again, wax isn't a big enough market to have its own like ecosystem where like it will exist independent of Bitcoin or Ethereum. And for that reason, we keep a closer eye on Bitcoin and Ethereum. And because the Bitcoin and Ethereum picture looks a little bit more grim, I would basically I transcribe that like sentiment from Bitcoin and Ethereum over to wax as well. So all that said, I think we're going to see wax continue to fall a little bit, and as well as Ethereum and Bitcoin and everything, as we wait for. Hey, Lewis, do you have a bag of potatoes out here, or is these our potatoes?
The one that's under the...
Yeah, under the like...
That's mine, but you can use it. It's probably going to start going bad soon if we don't, because I got those before I went home for Thanksgiving. And I went home, went to...
Sausage. Thanks, babe. Paul's cooking some breakfast sausages. But yeah, so now I have a kind of an idea again. I think the next week and the next few months or so, I think we're going to continue the sell-off. Let's also take a quick peek at the SPY, which this is the S&P 500 kind of index, and you can see similarly to crypto, crypto started its bear market in November, so a little bit lagging behind the crypto market. We see that the stock market also has entered this kind of a bear trend. Very clearly, we're seeing the money being sold out of stock equity assets, and then again, very clean. Lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So we're getting to this point where we're at the lower high peak. And I expect if we're continuing to be in our bear market trend, we should now continue to, sell off on the SPY and make another lower low. So if we zoom out a little further, we can see we're really not that like desperately low. This is the start of COVID, and this is how far down we got dumped when the whole world shut down for COVID. We're still not even as low as we were. Like the stock market equity values are still higher than they were pre-COVID. That personally, I don't know that reflects reality. And on a long enough time frame, all of these markets should yield to reality. We'll have to see. So keeping an eye on that, this does look like we are getting also to a peak as far as lower highs go. And my assumption is in the coming weeks, we'll also move down with the stocks and make lower lows again. The Federal Reserve Chairman, Jerome Powell is his name, I believe, recently also this week or last week possibly announced that the interest rate hikes that are expected to continue will maybe not be as dramatic as people anticipate. So he's, I don't know, giving weird hints and saying stuff that I feel like almost constitutes market manipulation. Like you shouldn't be fucking speculating on shit like that when you're the chairman of the Federal Reserve. But here we are. So seeing all of these things, let's continue forward expecting a bit of a further sell-off in the coming weeks. And
Monosorte had a question. He said, At what point would you consider wax a big enough market, out of curiosity?
Oh, that
also,
I think
Leader said, I think Solana is rising first. Just another comment.
Oh yeah, Solana. So Solana is heavily wrapped up in FTX.
I'm gonna be right back. I gotta take a fucking dookie. I'm about to shit my pants, so I'll be right back.
So, so here's Solana, and you can see that Solana has really taken a hard dive in the last few days. A lot of the value in Solana comes from like Sam Bankman and his like massive racket of like FTX assets and equities, and basically a lot of the value on the Solana blockchain was like supported by that kind of like network of what turned out to be a massive like Ponzi and is falling apart. A really good way to take a look at that actually is to look at the on-chain values. So let's do that. DeFi Llama is a nice spot I like to check out here. So this is a basically like a blockchain analytics tool that you can look through. Like, so we can go to DeFi, for example. We can check on chains. And then here we can check, this is all the different DeFi chains out there and how much value is locked within those chains. So you can see Ethereum is by a huge margin the leader in value locked on a blockchain with $24 billion worth of token value. Now that token value is not just Ethereum. Obviously, it's going to be like USDC, every token that was issued on Ethereum, like Compound token, Curve tokens, like literally anything that you trade on Ethereum that is, you know, anything that you go, if you go to like, let's poke at like Uniswap, for example, every single one of the liquidity pools here. So if we go into the Uniswap app and you can take a look at like, oh, we want to trade Ethereum into all of these tokens. So the value that we're looking at there, the 24 billion, represents the cumulative value of all of these tokens. So again, huge. Ethereum is leading the way dramatically, but now take a look at, we can see Solana here, and Solana is like, oh, there it is, down to just under $300 million total. So if we take if we actually take a closer look at Solana, let's see if I can like type it in here. Solana. We can kind of see, look at, this is the value, TVL stands for total value locked, which is like locked within the protocol. We went from $10 billion in value down to just under 300 million. So the amount, and that's within, you know, within this year, since like, you know, the peak of it looked like it happened around November, which is this, just as we had been charting earlier, that's about the start of the crypto bear market. What that means is that a lot of value is leaving the blockchain and is either, you know, moving over to Ethereum or just being like entirely dissolved into like the legacy system. So an interesting thing to note when you look at this, $300 million is still a lot of money. But then if we take a look at what the value on this blockchain is denominated in, you can see here, like liquid staking of Solana tokens is like, we'll go to organized by like biggest value locked. So this is this like amount of value here that they're showing here, or this $50 million, for example, is exclusively denominated in SOL tokens. So the first, like all of these are mostly Solana. So all the value that's left on this network is almost exclusively like Solana tokens. Here, Lido, we're actually seeing a few like different assets, but like for the most part, these blockchains are like, you know, I would consider this like the value on the chain is artificially inflated by its native currency. So for example, if I go to Ethereum, a lot of the value, of course, of this $24 billion, a lot of that value is Ethereum. Like here you got, you know, $8 billion of Ethereum, but not like, you can see, not like the first 5 things aren't all Ethereum. Like these are mixed bags of assets. So you end up having you know, like a lot of the total value locked not being tied to the price of your native asset. And that makes a big difference. So for that reason, when it comes to layer 2s, like Solana, I would consider, I mean, Solana is a layer 1 blockchain, but like the reason people, you know, end up going to Solana is because it's faster and cheaper to use than Ethereum is on the mainnet. And that is more or less the function of a layer 2. So a layer 2 would be like Matic, for example. Matic or Polygon, I guess is the actual name of it. There, Polygon. Matic is the name of the token that is the native token to this. So you can see like Polygon Network has $1 billion. This is quite a bit more than what Solana has, but also a lot of that is going to be, you know, denominated in the Polygon's native token. And that is important to note when you see these total value metrics, because then you have, you know, layer 2s that don't have native tokens like Arbitrum or yeah, here Arbitrum is a good one to show. So Arbitrum also has $1 billion in it, but none of that money is in a native currency of Arbitrum, and most of it's on GMX. But for the most part, because Arbitrum doesn't have like an ARB token or whatever that you use to spend for gas fees on the network, the gas fee token on Arbitrum is just Ethereum. Because of that, the value here, the $1 billion, represents $1 billion of actual like tokenized assets that aren't native, gas value assets. So the same goes for like, I don't think Wax is even like going to register on here. Oh, it does. So like we could take a look at Wax. Wax has a total locked value of $600,000 on this network. So this is like less than $1 million, and that's not a whole lot. So you can see here like Alcor Swap is works on both the on these. So like Alcor Swap has by far the most, and it looks like the liquidity available on Alcor is about 300 large, and a huge part of that liquidity is almost certainly going to be Wax tokens. So that would mean that if the price of Wax tokens falls, the price of the value locked in the Wax DeFi scene will fall dramatically. So that's kind of like the long way around to being like, yeah, Solana is kind of in trouble in my opinion. It is always, I don't know, we've talked about Solana multiple times on stream when people have asked about it, and I've never really been a fan because it's very centralized and very like venture capitalist funded, and because of that, the money moves in and out very quickly. Venture capitalists will pull their funds when it's not worth their while anymore, and we just saw it moved from 10 billion down to 300 million. And then here we're on Wax. Wax at its peak had like $5.5 million worth of value locked within its DeFi scene. This is also a harder thing to see because like you see like $280,000. The value of like NFTs on Atomic Hubs is definitely higher than that, but it's kind of like a difficult thing to track. But yeah, either way, I think ultimately what we're looking at here is a continuation of the existing bear trend already. We're probably going to keep selling off in the coming weeks. And so with that in mind,
Paula also said income tax season people will pump fiat back into market.
Yeah.
It's a prediction from Mahala. Monosware just said, lol, that just got me. Shit out of luck. That's probably in reference to something while I was shitting. So I'm out of luck knowing what you're talking about. Are we ready to move on to our 100 Wax investment? I mean, I wasn't listening to you. I just got back, but I feel like we've been going for a minute.
So I feel like, one thing I wanted to go over today was like just a really quick kind of overview of like liquidity providing and the concept of impermanent loss, because I feel like that's still a topic that a lot of people have a hard time wrapping their head around. And I have a couple like visual aids that I pulled out that I think really help understand what is going on. So I'm going to pull that up really quick here first. So first thing I want to pull up is the concept of like a market in general. So I'm just going to go with where we're familiar on like Alcor Swap.
Solana shit out of luck. Did you say that at some point?
Yeah, we looked at Solana. It's Solana. I don't know. I've always been kind of bearish on Solana.
SOL is the Solana marker, but SOL also stands for shit out of luck.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was asking if you said that, or is that?
Oh, I did not say that. No, but okay. I do feel like that sentiment isn't too far off. It's also like you can still go down to like $3 from where we're at here at 18. So it's like it's not done dumping by any means. It's possible that like sentiment changes and investor money flows back in, and like I said, it's very heavily VC funded. And VC money flows to where opportunity is. So if opportunity returns to the Solana chain, then so will the money very quickly. And you can see how fucking quickly it moves into these markets in the first place. I mean, we went from like $34 per unit to like $200 per unit in the course of basically 1 month. Like that's nuts, So these crypto asset markets definitely have opportunities still, but the opportunities to capitalize are becoming much more difficult to navigate, and the risk of being caught up in the contagion of massive Ponzi schemes such as what's happening at FTX is turning investor confidence away from that risk. So the risk profile is starting to look a little bit more risky than people are willing to accept, despite the fact that the opportunity still exists. So as soon as this risk kind of like
Did you
risk
see the
reward
meme I
ratio
posted
changes.
yesterday?
Which one was that?
An FTX meme. Let me see. I can share it.
Maybe. I think I probably did.
It's shared on StreamYard right now.
Oh, nice. Let's see.
It's Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank. He's saying, "I love what I'm in," and then it's the FTX guy just like showing the FTX logo on a pyramid scheme at the top.
It's a reverse funnel system.
I thought that was funny. I watched a lot of Shark Tank, so this is top.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm
too.
adding your screen back, Max.
Okay, so I'm going to start by kind of like giving a quick overview of what a market just generally looks like with something we're familiar with, which is Alcor. So I'm going to go like Alcor, Brawl and Wax, for example, right? So if we go to the depth chart on Brawl and Wax, you can see how it looks kind of like the green and the red, and they're like, you know, very high on the outsides and then go very low on the inside here. What we're seeing is the depth of the market. So basically the orders waiting to fill at these prices. You can see at like these lower prices, not a huge amount of Brawl is up for sale, but the higher the price goes, the more Brawl is available to purchase, right? Same goes with the other direction. Right away, not a huge amount of Brawl being asked to buy at these prices, but as the price falls, people are offering to buy Brawl at these lower prices. The lower the price, the higher the demand for the token. That's what we're kind of seeing here visualized. And that's more or less what a market is. It's basically determining what is the spot price, and the spot price is where both of these things end up meeting, right? So this is what a traditional market looks like. And these like amounts of value that you can see here, these are just orders that people have placed into the order book. So if we toggle back, I gotta come back up here. If we toggle back to the order book, here you can actually see each individual order and what specific price they're waiting to buy at and how much. And that's exactly what is being visualized here. Now, that is kind of how almost every traditional market operates. And then usually the brokerage or the facilitator of this will add their own orders to both sides of this. Let's say like 5% apart, they'll add their own orders to make some liquidity depth so that the price doesn't have to fluctuate so much. And then the market maker who is placing those orders is taking that spread as their profit margin. So the way that this becomes automated when it comes to going to a swap and doing a liquidity pool. So if we come here and go swap and now do Wax and Brawl, there isn't like, if I go now and I want to buy, 10 Wax worth of Brawl, there isn't like an order waiting to sell me 240 Brawl for my 10 Wax like there is on the spot market, right? Like on that order book. But instead, this is going to be filled by a pool of liquidity. And the way that the pool does the math to decide what my price is based on effectively the same visual concept. And it's represented really well here in Uniswap, where if I go into Uniswap and I wanted to create like a liquidity position for, let's say, DAI and Ethereum. DAI is a stable coin. Why aren't my rates available? USDC. Let me make sure I'm on the Ethereum blockchain because that might. Yes, I am. Hold on. I'm going to refresh this page because I really wanted to see this. Okay. Let me edit this then. There we go. Okay. There we go. So this is basically the same thing, but you can kind of see how it's inverted. Instead of the further away from the current, this black line here is the current price. The further away from that current price we get, the less liquidity there is. So it's basically, we're looking at the same image that we see here for a depth chart of a market, but instead we're looking at the negative space. You see kind of like how the negative space, instead of the red and the green, but like just the gray space, is kind of making this mountain. And that's similar to this mountain that we're seeing here. So the way that a liquidity supplying works in the pools that we usually use here, which is, like on Alcor, for example, if we're doing supplying liquidity here, this is like the V2 model of liquidity providing, which was written initially by Uniswap. But what it does is it basically spreads all the liquidity in the pool along a curve like this, but the curve goes from 0 to infinity. And then basically we'll come to a top. So the most liquidity exists around the current price, and then the further away from the current price that we go, the more you're gonna end up paying a price impact, because there isn't more liquidity. So if you want to buy more than what is available, you do have to start paying those higher prices, because that's what these, like any Ethereum waiting here is waiting for this price. So what will happen as this price moves up, and down and moves back and forth, is all of the liquidity within this curve is being, traded back and forth, and they're taking a cut of, the earnings for that the liquidity sourcing fee being paid by traders is generating. So when you think of it kind of like this bell-shaped curve, right? What ends up happening if the price continues to move in one direction, either up or down, the other side of the asset, so in this case, we're using Ethereum in dollars. So if the price of Ethereum were to continue to climb and climb and climb, I would, as a liquidity provider, be selling my Ethereum and getting more dollars, right? But if the price then never comes back down, the amount of dollars that I have in my position paired with the amount of Ethereum in the position now could be worth less than if I had just held the Ethereum outside of the pool and let the value of it go up in dollars, because while the value went up in dollars outside of the pool, the Ethereum never was sold off systematically over time, but rather just sitting there and appreciating in value. That loss, or the discrepancy between the value increase in the asset Ethereum versus the value sold off of your Ethereum to maintain your pool's, bell curve peak at the current spot price, that difference is often referred to as impermanent loss, or you could also describe it as decay loss. It's considered impermanent because if the price were to revert back down, not even all the way back to where you started, but like close-ish to it, you would be, buying back your Ethereum with the dollars, the dollar counterpart, and the entire time earning that fee for people trading that makes this price action actually happen. So the more that a asset moves in a single direction without a correction back down, the more likely you as a liquidity provider are to experience a loss in value. And that loss you could call impermanent, you could call decay. A loss is a loss, and it becomes realized when you remove from the pool. Now, a really, really powerful thing that can be done in terms of this liquidity is the next step of this concept. Like I was saying, when we supply liquidity here, so if I say plus liquidity, if I want to supply my 10, it already tells me how much I have to put up as a counterpart, right? Like if I say I want to do 1, it knows it needs 24. And I can't tell it I don't want to put up 24. I want to put up less or more, because I have to supply liquidity between 0 and infinity dollars along the bell-shaped curve. That's the rules that V2 liquidity swaps operate under. Now, the next stage of this liquidity supplying equation is the V3, which is what we're looking at here. So here, what you can do is you can actually decide what price range you would like to supply liquidity for. And by doing that, you can effectively limit trade against this liquidity pool. And let me show you what I mean by that really quick. So right now, if I'm supplying liquidity from the current spot price to negative 50% of that price, and from the current spot price to 100% above it, right? If I were to supply 1 Ethereum, it would require a counterpart of basically 1 Ethereum worth of cash. So $1,252, which is like $2 less than the actual like cost of one Ethereum unit. But I can tell it that I actually don't want to supply my Ethereum as liquidity to this pool. Oh, did I? I'm gonna refresh this again because I just clicked on something that made it disappear. Like let's say here, if I edit this, and if I want to select, here we go. So now let's say I stop scrolling on there, Max. Okay, here we go. So let's say I would like to supply, or let's say I would like to sell my Ethereum, right, into USDC, but I want to do it at a cost of like $2,000 per Ether, not at whatever the current price is. I could tell it I am not trying to supply liquidity to -50. In fact, I don't even want to supply liquidity until we've hit 100% or 92% higher than we currently are. So now I'll say I'll supply liquidity between 92% higher than the current spot and 100% higher. So at this point, I could put up my one Ethereum up, and this market no longer requires a US dollar counterpart. If I do this, this liquidity position will just be sitting here and waiting for the price to hit my specified range. Once we reach the specified range, the bottom of it, like once we go 92% above the current price, my Ethereum will start to sell into US dollars. Once we hit 100% above where we currently are, I will have sold 100% of my Ethereum into US dollars, and I could withdraw the liquidity position and have effectively, limit sold my Ethereum against the liquidity pool, but I never acted as market maker, never acted as market taker, only as market maker. As market maker, I get the fees from the market takers. So I don't only not have to worry about slippage or price impact, but I also earn liquidity sourcing fees during that window that my liquidity is basically affected, that my liquidity is being supplied.
Has a comment. He said, gas fees. This is just a way for Max to explain impermanent loss more than him saying you should do this on Ether. And I believe also these contracts are being worked on by Alcor, right? Like, aren't they working on?
Yeah, I've heard that a few times.
So these contracts, while you cannot currently do them on Wax, you might be able to do what Max is describing on Wax without the gas fees. So yeah, we're not promoting Ethereum. We're just trying to explain.
Yeah, and again, I'm on Ethereum mainnet on Uniswap, but I could change to Polygon or Optimism or Arbitrum, and I could do the same exact thing and then pay layer 2 fees instead of Ethereum mainnet fees.
I mean, the thing I would say, most people that watch our stream are more interested in Wax than layer 2 Ethereum solutions. I mean, Wax is a layer 2 Ethereum solution. But if you looked at Wax's roadmap, which they announced, that might not be a bad thing to go over on stream. We never went over that.
Yeah,
the Wax update, but they're working really hard on launching the EVM on Wax. So essentially anything you're seeing on these layer 2 Ether solutions are going to come to Wax eventually. So while this stuff might seem out of reach right now for you because you don't have the tokens, learning how to do it now, so when it does launch on Wax, you'll be a step ahead of everybody else who has no fucking idea what's going on.
Exactly. And then the cool thing about once you do supply liquidity to a V3 protocol, here I'll show you what those look like. It actually becomes an NFT because so here's my wallet with my bro pills and stuff. And then here you can see these are liquidity NFTs from Uniswap V3 positions. So you can see these NFTs then will govern my specific liquidity. Because, when we're on Alcor, for example, when I do this one Wax and counterpart it with this, I will receive 3.67 whatever Brawl Wax token, right? And Brawl Wax token is always representative of the counterpart within its pool. But because I don't want to supply liquidity from 0 to infinity, but only for a specific range, when we use a V3 liquidity pool, the range that we specify is then notated on or denominated into a NFT, and then you use the NFT effectively to track your own liquidity position, and you can always close and open and do anything you do with like regular V2 liquidity, except for with V3 liquidity, you end up having way more control over when your funds are, in use by the pool. So if for example, like Ethereum does do a crazy big pump, and I, have my thing here, then I'm gonna actually catch that pump. If I had my range entirely, like this, and then the same pump happens, I would catch the entirety of the pump, but the entire time Ethereum is pumping, I would be selling the Ethereum that I have supplied to this pool into its counterpart to, maintain a one-to-one balance for my range. So that's why being able to determine a range and then trade within this is effectively like creating like an array, like a bot array, like an array trade, like where you can like, I want to trade from this price to this price only. The only real concern about this is once the price, let's say we set this range, right? Let's say the price moves all the way to the edge of our range and then falls back down to here. If we didn't withdraw the liquidity once it was outside of our range on the right side, like once it had passed all the way through our range, if we didn't pull the liquidity, it would still have been sitting there. And when it fell back down, we would have basically sold or bought back all of the Ethereum that we started with. So it is, you need to pay attention to orders you make. So effectively, it's like once they fill, you need to close them by withdrawing the liquidity again. But that's kind of a quick and dirty, I guess, overview of how liquidity pools work as far as like looking at this market curve of like the liquidity supplied to them. So this one you can see is a little bit like much more flat on the right and then falls off insanely steeply here. So there's pretty much no liquidity available, below 50% below where the current spot price is. And that is a good thing for liquidity providers, because now I don't have to have, money sitting in this side of the pool where like the price never will get there anyway. And my goal as somebody supplying liquidity is capital efficiency. So the best thing, like if I'm going to be supplying liquidity, I might just do this, like very tight, keep it like, okay, I'm supplying between, negative 13 and positive 20%. So then you can be like, as long as the market just keeps fluctuating there, all of my supplied asset is being utilized the entire time, versus having, like an X amount of assets that are covering this range that's outside of what's being actively traded, and that money just sitting there and not being very, it's not very capital efficient.
Move on to 100 wax investment. Nobody's really asking any questions about this. I think you're
okay. Yeah, that's kind of
over most people's heads. Somebody did have a question too, where they said, do you see a future in which digital collectibles, i.e. NFTs, exist on the blockchain without crypto? That sentence doesn't even make sense to me. Like if it's on the blockchain, it is crypto. So
yeah,
like
the blockchain is crypto. So
you can call it whatever you want, but if it's on the blockchain, it's crypto. Web3 also means the same thing. Web3 is also blockchain. It is also crypto.
Yeah, I think what you would, I guess what you could consider like NFTs that aren't crypto would basically be like in-game items, like in your favorite video game that exist on that video game's server. Like if you have a mount,
it's not on the blockchain though.
It's not on the blockchain, yeah, because there is no blockchain involved with that. If there's a blockchain involved with it, like I guess what you could consider Blankos is, since it's a private blockchain.
It's still on the blockchain though.
It is a blockchain, but because it's private, I feel like a private blockchain is almost an oxymoron, because the whole, like a private blockchain is basically just a database. The whole point of having it be a blockchain is so that anybody can participate within your database, but not manipulate the database or manipulate the data.
I would disagree. I'd say having a irreversible ledger is a function within itself. Because
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not irreversible if it's entirely private, because then the private owner of the ledger can adjust it, and that's where it stops being like a blockchain. If you're going to be like a blockchain,
that's not how Blankos and stuff work though, because like Blankos over minted some of their NFTs. Like they had an issue where people could mint over 1,000. They didn't reverse those mints. They just said, okay, sorry, there's like 1,016 of these now. We can't, like, it's on the blockchain, so it's there forever. Like,
yeah, but the blockchain that Blankos runs on is like maintained by a network of block producers, like Wax would be. But those block producers are all, Blankos owned block.
So you're saying they
producers.
could reject the
They
transaction if
they
wanted
could
to.
roll back the blockchain.
I'm saying
or,
once
like,
it's been passed, though, once it has been passed, then it's irreversible, and that's like different than a server where like if I'm just doing Call of Duty, I can fucking reset your account at any point, and like that information doesn't exist forever somewhere necessarily. Whereas like on the blockchain, it would forever exist that you did earn something through the transaction. If they decide to somehow take it out of your account through a centralized authority, the information still exists. It's still always on the ledger that you minted that.
Yes, but that's assuming that the ledger is still being maintained by the network, and the network, if the network is private and goes offline, then so does the ledger. So the only reason like you can't delete shit off of Bitcoin or Ethereum is because there's somebody else is still running the nodes. Like if everybody shut down their Ethereum nodes and the entire blockchain just would go offline, then that would be it,
Sure, except that you can also move your shit over to Ether, so that's not a problem.
That's where it gets nice. So I think the real future that you're kind of like describing realistically would be private, like maybe not on-chain assets that can be bridged into public blockchain environments, such as Blankos letting you pull your stuff into your Ethereum wallet and then trading it on OpenSea.
I would just say that's not like on the blockchain if it's not existing on the blockchain.
Yeah, I have a hard time considering like Blankos that are not like pulled onto a public chain as on the blockchain, as much as like I know they have a blockchain like tech thing behind the scenes, but it's like because of how private that is, I don't know that it's immutable, and immutability is kind of a function of a public ledger, much more than a private one. But yeah,
so far it's been very immutable because like as I said, they've had mistakes happen where they can't roll shit back, and they've like misminted multiple Blankos, not one. It's happened multiple times. Like you'll see Blankos that are supposed to have 1,000 and 1,001 minted, and they're just like, well, we can't take that back because it's on the blockchain.
Yeah, that's definitely something that's like you're setting a precedent by like they can roll it back. They choose not to, so that you have the confidence that they are immutable. Similar to what is it called? XRP. XRP in the early days, they had a big they had one of their early like founders who had like his vested investment that he was supposed to not touch for 10 years. He dumped those tokens on the open market, and they just rolled back the blockchain and like undid the transaction, because you can, as and like people still consider XRP as a blockchain, but it's like, I mean, it's a blockchain to the sense that it's like a semi-public ledgering system, but it's still mostly controlled by the people behind it. And I don't know, I think public, like if you want to collect stuff long term, it should be on a public ledger system, and ultimately I think Ethereum is like the one you want to be on. But yeah, let's move into
Matt also asked, Top Shot's still website bound? I think so, but I'm the KY posted that there's like a new wallet on Flow. There's a new it says self-custodial wallet, which is kind of confusing to me. I believe that means it's not a custodial wallet, right? Because a custodial wallet means somebody else holds the keys for you. So if it's self-custodial, I think that just means it's like every other wallet.
I think it's usually custodial or self-custody would be a wallet that you own the keys. A custodial wallet is they own the keys. So I think self-custody means it's a wallet.
I don't usually see like Anchor advertised as a self-custodial wallet. It's just advertised as a crypto wallet. Like usually the other way is advertised, but not. Like if it's self-custodial, it's just not advertised. It's just that's a normal crypto wallet, and the custodial is the non-normal crypto wallet.
I'd interpret self-custodial as meaning like you own the public keys and you can pull out of it. But
that's a big difference, because if you don't know much about FlowMax, it's a centralized blockchain where everything you've ever bought from Top Shots exists in a Top Shots wallet. It's like the Droppp wallet where you don't hold the keys, and they've frozen people's accounts. Like if people have like multi-accounted and bought drops on multiple accounts, your account's frozen. You can't sell the stuff you just bought with your credit card. And they literally do that. So it's like pretty fucked. So them adding a wallet on that chain where they can't freeze it is kind of a big deal.
Yeah, that's true. That's pretty cool.
But I also don't know that much about.
I don't know enough about Flow to like comment on it.
Yeah, that's on Flow, and I know Top Shots is on Flow. So like, I know that's a big deal that just happened. But other than that, I don't really know anything that's going on with Top Shots.
Yeah.
I still haven't KY'd that like yesterday.
Yeah. I'm going to pop in on our 100 wax investment here. Last week, we kept 100 wax in the wax USDT pool. As wax seems to have climbed a bit this week, it looks like about 5 wax was sold off into USDT. I'm going to leave this position alone for now. I just wanted to come and poke in on it. Most of our
invested by a lot.
let's see. I'm gonna log out of my own wallet on Taco. Most of our investment here is on Taco Swap, so I'm gonna jump back over to Taco Swap, and then go into the DeFi One wallet here, not airdrops. DeFi One. I gotta lock it.
I wonder if you could somehow use like an EOS blockchain explorer to figure out what's going on with the Blankos blockchain.
Yeah, I'm curious about that too. But usually, yeah,
I don't understand
100%
enough
sure
about
yet.
how blockchains
But yeah,
work.
let's take a look at what we have in here now. So I'm gonna go to the liquidity tab. We have 28, so double that. What is that? 56 wax worth of liquidity within the Wombat pool still, and then we currently have about 16 wax in the CMW pool. So let's start by taking a look at these pools and what their current yield schedules look like. Do we have a week left of runway to keep our assets in this pool? And I think the CMW pool is a no. So we only have 1 day left guarantee of these yields. So we probably will want to remove this liquidity. And then let's take a look at Wombat. And Wombat, we have 10 days left, so we can keep this up for the next week. So I think I'm still a fan of the Wombat one. I'm going to leave this one alone, but we should definitely come up with something new to do with the CMW wax pool. So this week there was a new pool added here. The honey got added from NFT Hive, and we already are with this wallet a little bit invested in honey. So let me pull up our wallet here. And since honey was added to this liquidity pool on Taco Swap, the price of it has shot like really a lot higher than it was when we were buying it with this wallet. We bought it with our DeFi wallet back around 1.2, 1.4 possibly. Let me so go wallet, and then we took that to honey. I think we bought 2.03, and we staked it. And since then, we've earned all of this from just having staked honey. So ultimately, we were like, this is a nice thing to hold long term, but for now, because there is a bigger opportunity here for our honey to earn us almost 500, like 460% APR for the next 26 days, I think it's definitely a better yield than what we're seeing from the just passive income here. So I'm going to start by unstaking our honey from this wallet, and we're definitely going to liquidity farm with the 2 honey that we have here because we've already bought it at a good price. Now, I'm not sure that the price of honey is worth buying into at the current price post the recent pump. So let's take a look at what the current spot price is for honey. We got a honey.
I have underinvested by a lot.
So you can see
Should've bought
one
more
honey
honey.
token is going for 3. Okay. 3's not so bad. When we were looking at honey the first time, I was like around 1.4, 1.5. I was pretty happy with buying it, and I thought it was kind of undervalued at that point, which is why I was buying it.
Do something.
So what I would do as the most safe position here is, because I do think as honey is continuing to print its APY, people are going to take what they earn and sell the honey. And I imagine that sell pressure is going to drive the price of honey a little bit lower than what it currently is, because it was driven up so high by the addition of those rewards in the first place. So I'm going to bring up the chart here and take a look at the price. Yeah, you can see how we went, like, let's see it in terms of wax, I think it was. Oh, right, that's 24 hours. So we can see in terms of wax over the last week, we used to be about 1.5, 1.7 or so, and then it pumped all the way up to like 7 wax per unit, and it's been falling down. I mean, it like resold back down to like 3.6 and then pumped to 4, and has kind of been like chilling out a bit, slowing down here. 3 isn't terrible, but if you want it to be really safe and you already have honey, the best move here would be to sell half of it into wax, supply the liquidity for that amount, and then just collect the honey yield from this. But we only have 2 honey. It's not necessarily as exciting, and we do have to pull our liquidity from this pool because this is ending. So I'm going to start by pulling the liquidity here, and let's rotate this value into the honey pool for the next week. So I am planning on buying some honey, even though I'm not 100% convinced that the price of honey is going to hold where it is currently at. So I'm going to start by withdrawing the liquidity from the pool like this. The other thing is there is going to be some rewards for us to claim. I haven't done that yet. So from the week of farming these two pools, we've made 57 Wombat and 11 CMWs. So let's claim both of those as well. And now that we have claimed these, let's take a look at compounding our Wombat. So if I wanted to add the Wombat I just claimed to this pool, it's going to take 2 point something wax as a counterpart. I'm okay with that. Let's add that Wombat token and keep compounding into this pool. As long as we're still seeing, 208 or 180% APR, the value of Wombat has been holding pretty firmly, which I was a fan of. So let's do that for now, and then take a look here. We're gonna sell off the CMW shares that we have into wax to then create our next liquidity pool. So we have 150. We can get 8.8 wax on this exchange, but we also know that CMW tokens trade on DeFi Box as well. So let's take a look at, that's Uniswap. Let's take a look at DeFi Box and see if we can get a better deal here. So I'm going to try, there's CMW into wax. And here we're getting 8.831, while over here on Taco Swap, we're getting 8.86. So 0.03 more. So let's do it on Taco Swap. It's always just worth it, I think, to check. I mean, for like this amount of wax, maybe not, but it's a good practice.
I usually check Alcor and Taco Swap. I don't always check DeFi Box. Depends on the pair. Some pairs like don't really exist on DeFi Box.
Yeah. So now I have 15 wax, and I still have my 2 honey that I never added into the pool yet. So 2 honey, I'm going to need a 6 wax counterpart, meaning that we have about 9 wax left after this is done. So if I want to get the remainder of that, I'm going to take half of the 9 wax, so 4.5, and buy a little bit more honey with this. And if I've done my, napkin in my head math correctly, now when I go, I have 3.4. I should have close to 10 wax worth of honey. So let's see. Yeah, look at that. Very close. So now we can take this and add that to our pool by going to the meal tab, finding that honey pool again, which is here, and adding the liquidity. So we want to make sure that we're not overdrawing. This is overdrawn. There we go. Add liquidity, and now we can wait a week within this pool, farming this yield at 450 or 460% APR. Pretty substantial yield, and for a token that we'd already been interested in before. This is kind of exciting. I was happy to see this get added. Honey had always had kind of low liquidity issues across the Wax blockchain, and the only reason I was really into it was really this the fact that it pays out in passive like I can just stake it and forget about it and come back like years later and have a big basket of assets that it has collected for me. I kind of like that. So I've added that here. And now that that's in, that should do it for us for this week. For this,
I think Blockchain Brawlers just announced some new swag kits. They also announced some crazy shit, like both good and bad, in my opinion. They released a new neon swag kit, like a neon blue swag kit.
Yeah.
So,
hold on, after me.
They released a neon swag kit. Let's see if I can find it on. Yeah, they also said that it's unlimited mints. Which I don't know. I'm a little bummed because I bought the neon swag kit because it was limited mints. Now they're releasing another neon swag kit with the unlimited mints, so I feel like that devalues the one that I bought with limited mints. But it's a different color, so technically it's not the same one. Like the one we got is like pink, and then the
neon fanatic, yeah.
What's this new one? Neon. It's like a blue one. Let's see if I can.
Okay, that's kind of cool though. Did you just buy them in Brawl?
That's what I'm trying to find. Where is the? I thought it was in the store, but it's not.
Huh.
Price highest. So they're not here.
Yeah, exactly. Like Upland is another private blockchain.
Let me see how I can find out where these fuckers are. Yeah, they're different colors of the same swag kits, which I feel like is a little cheap.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, for our 100 wax investment, it looks like we're up to about 180 wax now. So not too bad. We're doing.
So you can buy it here.
Oh, I've seen a few of these kits. I think I've met one of that top one.
But if you look on, if you go back and look at, oh shit, where am I? Gotta go to the collection. You can see in the collection, brawlers. You can see in here from the new templates.
Oh, what the swag kits look like?
Just that they exist. People are like, what the fuck, man? Like, I thought Neon was only 150. So now there's a new Neon one, and it's infinite. So these can be minted as many people want to buy them. Which I do feel like devalues the ones that we bought.
A little bit, right? That's kind of lame. I don't know. I'm not upset about having the Neon one. I wasn't planning to resell it, but...
Me either. But I did... Same with this one I bought only because there's 150. So if you get an unlimited mint one of just a slightly different color, it's definitely going to devalue this.
Yeah,
I wonder if I should sell this, to be honest. Like, I bought it for 390 wax. It's selling for 1,500 wax right now. I feel like they're going to just get to release another one of this, like a reissue, and it'll just devalue the fuck out of it.
Yeah, that's probably not a bad move. If you can get like 5x what you paid for it, that's never a bad move.
I just wanted to hold it because it's super rare, but again, now they're making things like... Wait, shit, where's PC? This, I think, is where my Neon one is.
Yeah, how much are those for now? I got mine for like a couple hundred wax, I think.
I imagine they're going to go down now that people know that they're... 918 is the cheapest one.
Jeez,
But the
that's
thing I will say is the max mint of this is 250. So there'll never be more than 250. There could be now 1,000 blues, but there'll only ever be 250 of the pinks. So I do still think it's cool. Mike also just announced all future cosmetics will all be unlimited mints. So like we could potentially have the rarest cosmetics that are ever made in the game because he literally just said all cosmetics will be unlimited mint from now on. So like if the game starts getting more players and people start buying 1,000 of each cosmetic, then like it could make ours actually go up in value even more. So it's hard for me to say if this is like good or bad for us. In the media, it's bad because there people are selling. If you want a Neon swag kit, you can now buy a cheaper one. But in the long term, it might be good because if people buy a shit ton of the one you can mint on demand, then it makes the not mint on demand one much rarer.
Yeah, I don't think you need Brawl yet to start brawling.
He's asking about
you definitely don't need a Brawl. The Brawliseum is definitely not.
No,
that's...
Brawliseum is only for crafting packs for cards. All you need is 1 through 9 playing cards, and then you need one of each of the action cards. Like you need 1 taunt, you need 1 attack, and you need 1 finishing move, and that's your deck. And you need a brawler. If you're really lazy, you can just get a starter kit. That's kind of like the easiest way to...
You also definitely don't need any of these swag kits. That's just to like pimp out your brawler. If you want to look like a neon freak.
Like if you really want to get into it, this just gives you everything you need. It's probably more expensive. I bet if you buy all the shit separately, it's cheaper than $12. But if you're like, I don't want to fucking deal with having to pick every individual card that I need to build a deck, this will give you what you need to start.
Yeah, that's pretty cool actually.
It comes, let's see what it comes with. 1 brawler, 8 deck cards, 1 taunt, 1 finisher, and 1 attack card. The other thing you could do is look at what is in this pack and then buy what's in this pack. That's probably the easiest way to figure out because you need all of those to play.
Yeah, I think like you can get a yellow belly for like $4 now though.
There's like a IFPS in the fucking description. That's kind of strange. Like it's not even the hash either. It's like the pinata gateway link. Like, I want to click on that and just see what it is.
It'll probably just take you to the artwork usually. It's like the gateway for the IPFS hosted.
It's a different hash though. Like this is not the same hash as this.
Oh, it's all commons.
Yeah, I think it's guaranteed commons in the.
Do the Brawliseum owners make those packs, or do they just sell those separately?
That I'm unfamiliar with. They shouldn't be able to sell them because they literally
should
said they would not be able
that
to
would
sell
be like
those.
a huge fuck you to people who bought the Brawliseums.
I think they're crafted by people, but I'm also, I don't know. I don't have a Brawliseum, so I have no way of verifying.
Yeah, hard to say.
I also like don't follow the Brawliseum updates because I don't have one and I can't afford one. So I'm like, whatever. Like, it's not my shit. But I got all my starter stuff just by selling Brawl that I was farming, and then I'll probably get a blue neon swag kit too, though. If I'm being honest, like I like the neon
those too.
kits.
Cool. I'm gonna wait for them to be like cheap, but I'm into that too. I got a.
The other thing I don't like is they're selling them for
my
wax and not for Brawl. They're selling them for like 200 wax. It's like, why don't you sell them for the token that we all just mined?
Yeah, right. There's so many of that, and it's like your mining phase is over, so like you distributed it all, and now what? You're not gonna use it. I do like how Realm uses their token like constantly. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I don't know. I do feel like this is kind of a cash grab that they're re-releasing skins with unlimited mints. That's just like,
yeah,
that seems like they're too lazy to create new artwork, and they just want to sell something they've already sold for more wax. Which I don't love that look personally, but gotta make money somehow. All right, let's look at the wax restructure.
Yeah. Okay, got to wrap soon.
I was talking about this briefly earlier.
Almost ready. Paul's almost ready making food here.
Word.
But
they laid off 19 employees. One of those, which was Larcy, which I'm bummed about because Larcy was our liaison for the Wax Ambassador program. She's now no longer working for Wax. But they do have a roadmap. Also, people are saying like this roadmap's insanely ambitious for losing 19 employees. Like it's faster than they've been currently developing. So people are like, is there any fucking way they're going to do this? So I don't know. Hard for me to say. I lost my contact to the Wax team. Marty only tells me GM, so I don't fucking know what the Wax team is doing anymore. Lars used to tell us what's up.
Yeah, if you get more out of him than GM, it's good morning.
Well, let's see. It says their big thing is the Antelope Coalition, which I honestly don't really understand. Antelope is like some sort of EVM, I think, right? But I think that's what they're working on. They said they're working on the Antelope stack and blocks, blockchain protocol, upgrades its tooling. But they said by quarter 1, 2023, they want to upgrade Wax blockchain to Antelope 3.2. So,
which would let you basically deploy EVM smart contracts on Wax. So you could, copy paste like DeFi protocols from Ethereum and deploy them on Wax.
Didn't EOS rebrand to Antelope? But that's also fucking weird to me. Like, why do you need to rebrand the name of your blockchain? It's just confusing. I guess Polygon did it successfully. Like Polygon went from Matic to Polygon. So
I know they're definitely including like a virtual EVM environment into that's part of this.
But I think Antelope literally is just EOS is no longer called EOS. It's just Antelope now, just like Matic is Polygon.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Okay. They want to reduce inflation and rebalance Wax blockchain tokenomics in order to prove Wax P token utility. So who knows? There might be even less rewards for. Because they're paying out staking rewards. If they want to reduce inflation and change the tokenomics, maybe you make less for staking Wax, but we'll see. That's speculation. I don't know what they're going to do, but how else are they going to reduce the inflation besides giving out less Wax that they're printing? Like that just seems obvious to me.
Yeah.
Quarter 1, 2023, implement USD pegging to block producer and standby rewards with standby rewards utilizing OIG scoring tier system. So basically, you will be paid in Wax in US dollars, not a set Wax amount. Right now, the OIG gets paid in a set Wax amount, but as Wax gets cheaper, it doesn't cover the operating costs. So they're going to pay the blockchain operators in Wax pegged to a fiat amount. So it ensures that they can pay.
That's how Decred does it too. They do it's like on a monthly average. So like everyone gets paid like whatever the average dollar value is for Decred for the month. They get paid in Decred, but at the dollar value.
In quarter 2 and 3, they're going to implement inter-blockchain communication to allow Wax blockchain horizontal scalability. Resource-intensive dApps will be able to run on their own side chains. That's great. So shit like Alien Worlds can do like a side Wax chain, so they're not breaking the fucking. Cool, it's sort of like when DeFi Kingdoms made their own chain off of whatever on.
Oh, like their own shard on.
Yeah, that's Harmony. What it reminds me of.
Yeah.
Not on Harmony, on the other chain they're on. They have that big bridge to
Avalanche?
Yeah, Avalanche. They have their own Avalanche chain. Like DeFi Kingdoms is the gas. Jewel is the gas on their chain on Avalanche because it's their own thing. It's like that's what this would be. You could make your own chain based on Avalanche, but they would use a different gas or whatever potentially. See, here's the EVM. Quarter 3, 2023 is launch EVM as it becomes available as part of the Antelope stack. So that's what I was thinking why Antelope and EVM is because they're
that's what I
building the
thought.
EVM for EOS, but it's called Antelope now.
Nice.
20
Oh, I
quarter
gotta
3
help Paul
implement.
set this table, but
Yeah, you can leave at any time. I'm
yeah,
just going through this list.
interrupt. See you guys.
Quarter 3, 2023, implement upgrades enabling Antelope instant finality, implementing reducing Wax blockchain finality from 3 minutes to 2 seconds. I don't know what the fuck this means. This is some dev talk, I think. This will greatly reduce the complexity of building Web3 applications. Interactions due to forks. What the fuck does that? I don't know what any of that means, to be honest. I mean, what you can say is from 3 minutes to 2 seconds is greatly more efficient, is what I'm reading from that. What that means for developers, I don't totally know. I also don't understand like what is going from 3 minutes. The instant finality implementation, what the fuck is that? This tech talk just went real off the rails. Quarter 4, 2023, implement updates to the Wax blockchain resource model based on Antelope scalability enhancements to remedy resource constraints. It basically sounds like they're trying to make it so you can push even more transactions on Wax. But just the technicality of how you're doing that is a little above my technical knowledge. All right, and that was the first section. That was just for the Wax blockchain. And this is for their web cloud wallet specifically. In quarter 1, they're going to launch a full redesign, which who knows what that means. It'll be new. I do think they said they're trying to make it like a Chrome extension, so it's kind of like MetaMask, where you can have the web cloud wallet as an extension, which is kind of cool. I do feel like would be a good next step. Quarter 1, 2023, launch NFT bridge to Ethereum and BNB smart chains for all whitelisted collections. That's fucking wild, dude. That means we would be whitelisted. We would be on Ethereum and BNB. Like, you could move your Neon Space shit there. I don't really trust the bridges 100%, to be honest. Like, if I had a really valuable NFT, I would not be bridging it to another blockchain. I would want to keep it on the chain it's on in case that there's any sort of security issue in the bridge and people are able to get the NFTs out, you could lose your NFTs. And then you're holding an NFT that's not backed by the original NFT. Yeah, there's no fucking way you'll be able to sell it because people will not be able to bridge it back into the original NFT on the blockchain it came from. So I'm a little suspicious about bridges because I was fucked so hard on Harmony doing DeFi. And the same thing can happen where like the USDC that was backing my USDC, it was in a smart contract on Ethereum. And that smart contract got hacked on Ethereum. They stole the USDC out of the Ethereum smart contract. So then I was just holding USDC on Harmony that you could not turn back into Ethereum or USDC on Ethereum because it had been taken out of the smart contract. You can essentially do the same thing where you pull the NFTs out of the smart contract and there's no way to bridge it back into the NFT. So then whatever the bridge NFT is not backed and it's just not going to be worth what it should be. So that worries me about bridges in general. And just like so far, I don't know, billions of dollars have been lost in bridges. It's not like small potatoes. It's not like people with money and good security haven't been hacked. Like, it's just like, it's a matter of time for any bridge to get hacked is how I feel. So I'm a little sus on bridges. I was way more bullish on bridges like months ago, but after getting fucked out of thousands of dollars in a bridge, I'm like, yeah, maybe don't hold bridged assets. All right, next thing is launch account claiming functionality, allowing Cloud Wallet users to manage their keys. That's pretty good. So if you can get your own private keys for Cloud Wallet, that's huge. The DApp whitelisting account trust score. That's cool too. This is sort of what you've been working on, 6-Bit Glitch. DApps to determine the likelihood of a user account being a bot. They should fucking hire you, dude. You already built that. They're trying to wait until quarter 2 fucking 2023. You can type that shit into 6-Bit Glitch's tool right now and it's going to tell you. Okay. Launch multi-chain support for Ethereum and other EVM-based chains. So I think that's part of like... This is cool too. Launch social features in the wallet, discover projects. The question is, what projects are they going to promote? Are you only going to be able to discover like blockchain brawlers and Music Mogul, or are they going to actually feature like independent artists and stuff? So curious to see how that works. But I do like the idea of being able to discover projects within the web wallet. That seems like cutting a couple steps of having to advertise on the Atomic Hub. The multi-chain stuff sounds kind of cool. Like you can use the web cloud wallet on other blockchains, so it'd kind of be like MetaMask, where you could just use your web cloud wallet to sign into OpenSea and stuff. If that exists, that'd be cool. It seems like an ambitious fucking roadmap for 1 year, but we'll see. And then launch the cloud wallet native mobile client, so it'll be a mobile app, or it'll be just a mobile website. Who knows? Anyway, let's keep moving on. I don't really know what I'm talking about. Remember, I'm a fucking idiot. Don't take your advice from me, but I can read things out loud on stream, so I got that part covered. We'll see. Sometimes I stumble over my words, but VIRL Marketplace, which is the Wax Marketplace, their competition to Atomic Hub, VIRL.com. You know, if you haven't used it, it's, you know, a marketplace. You've seen a Wax Marketplace. You've seen NFT Blocks. You've seen NFT Time. You've seen Chain Champs. What we totally need is a fifth fucking marketplace, of course. But they're building their marketplace out. Enhance VIRL embeddability. Not totally sure what that means, to be honest, but they'll quickly add marketplace functions into their Web3 applications. Oh, I get it. So I was thinking you're adding like Unity to their thing. That's not what's happening. They're saying you can use the marketplace within Unity. So if you develop a game in Unity, you could pull up the VRL marketplace within the game. I was thinking you could like pull up the game on the website. It's the other way around. They're trying to develop the marketplace so it works within games, which is actually very smart because yeah, like a game player, if they don't have to leave the game app, is going to be way more likely to find stuff. Like getting everything within one app is super important, and that's what a lot of people are missing out on for Wax games. Like, I don't know, being able to buy what you need inside the game is fucking huge because like not everybody lives on Discord. Not everybody's like searching through the 5 different marketplaces and like understands how they all work. Like some people just want to download a phone app and then be able to buy shit in the phone app, and like, you know, if it could sign them up for a wallet and then like you try to buy an NFT in the game and it's actually charging your credit card to buy Wax and then buy the thing, then it's like, yeah, the user doesn't know need to know what's happening behind the scenes. So I think that's smart. You want to like have as much functionality within the apps, and the less users have to leave to go do other stuff and learn is better. So I appreciate that, but I also don't really think we need a VRL marketplace. Like there's multiple viable marketplaces that are already better than the VRL marketplace. So it would have been cool if they maybe partnered with an existing marketplace and built with them rather than trying to start from scratch. Because like, I don't know, all the marketplaces have that problem where it's like, okay, NFT Hive's better for this. It's like they're all better for certain things, and it's like it would be nice. Would be nice if they just all kind of teamed up and made one really good marketplace instead of like fracturing all the marketplaces. But it is what it is. I do think the VRL marketplace, like, they have a huge advantage because if the web cloud wallet becomes MetaMask and they're advertising their own marketplace within it, like Atomic Hub might not be long term the most popular. It definitely is the most popular right now, but like, you know, if the people onboarding, like if they're advertising the web wallet and then the web wallet is advertising that marketplace, like new onboarded users might never even learn about Atomic Hub. So there like is a way they could like eat into Atomic Hub's business. I wouldn't say it's with the current Wax user base, it's with the new Wax user base. The current Wax user base is definitely using Atomic Hub over VRL, but like they claim they're going to be advertising blockchain brawlers and stuff like Axis Zero on Ethereum. So they'll be marketing to users of other blockchains. And if those other users first experiences the web wallet, and then within the games, they're all advertising VIRL, like new users might not know Atomic Hub exists. So I do think that would be like where VIRL does well, more so than like, oh, it's going to take the market share from Atomic Hub currently. It's not going to take the current market share. I think it's going to cut into the new users is what their strategy is. And if you think about it, most people don't know what percentage of fucking, like most people don't know what Wax is, like the average crypto user. So there's way more people that don't know what Wax is than do. So VRL could very well be bigger than Atomic Hub if they're able to onboard enough users that don't know what Atomic Hub is. Agreed. A lot of what the Wax team does is financially oriented. They're trying to make money. All right. Implement social marketplaces featuring allowing Vero marketplace users to discover collections in like-minded communities. I like that. As I said earlier, if you can, it's hard for a new user to find Neon Space. If you don't know what Neon Space is, the fact if you it's not a top-selling collection. You're not going to find it from market volume. Unless you're in Discord and you're talking to people what are cool Wax collections, you're never just going to be suggested Neon Space. So I do really like the idea of them being able to feature collections and be like, oh, you like Crypto Monkeys. If you like Crypto Monkeys, maybe you like Neon Space. It's also a collectible brand and meme-based humor and stuff. So I would love that if it had suggestions based on this collection. You might also like this collection. I think that'd be big for indie creators because right now we don't get a lot of eyeballs from users that are outside of I don't know. I think it's easy for us to think oh, everybody on Wax is on Twitch. Everybody watches Burst of Energy and NFT Gamer TV and us, and everybody's in these Discords. There's a shit ton of Wax users that are not on Discord. They're not on Telegram. They're not watching Twitch. So they're just not hearing about us unless we want to pay to advertise on Atomic Hub or whatever. So it would be nice if there were other ways to get those people's eyeballs on projects that deserve it, because I feel like we run a very legitimate project. We kind of take care of our community and we don't falsely advertise and we don't screw people over. So it'd be nice if collections like ours got a little bit of recognition in a way where we didn't have to pay the marketplaces directly. And NFT Hive's doing that a little bit where you can search by genre, but I definitely think that's something that's missing. So it is intimidating if you're a new user to Wax and you're not on Discord and stuff. How do you know what's a rug pull and what isn't? What's legitimate? It'd be nice if the marketplaces had a little more say in that. All right, next is the launch of a multi-chain. I already read this. All right, ecosystem and tooling. We're moving on, everybody. At this rate, I'm going to be reading this article for 2 hours. Launch integration with custodial services providers to make Wax blockchain more friendly to enterprises and institutions. Don't totally know what that means. We are in WaxDAO. What do you mean you guys drop on WaxDAO? We don't do drops NFT drops through WaxDAO, but we have WaxDAO farms. Our Crow Neonberg set bonus has a farm, the weighted farm. So the rarer your Crow Neonberg, the more Wax you get. And then we have a Neon Blend token farm where any Neon Blend token you can stake. They're all the same weight. Freed our players from NFT marketplaces today. Oh, did you launch the Immersis market? So I know Wapako is working on wasn't Wapako is working on a DEX for you guys, but I didn't know that was also a. Or is that what you're talking about? Because they can trade FTs, they no longer need to do the NFT markets. Anyway, I'm going to keep reading. Work with reporting services to ensure Wax blockchain is accurately accounted for and reported. These seem like such vague things for a roadmap. Work with reporting services. You can't list the reporting services. I don't know. These seem half thought out. They probably have more information behind the scenes, but to me, not knowing what this is, then it's I don't know what the fuck this is. Continue development with the Wax Blockchain Explorer. Okay, I understand that. And this launch Unity SDK implementing native integration with Cloud Wallet. This is kind of similar to what they're saying with the marketplace. I also wonder, is this what Josh is working on? Josh Stratton? I know he was helping get the Unity developer kit to work with Wax. There's also some drama around that. People are saying he took open source code and basically just copied and pasted it and got a grant and got paid for it. No idea what the legitimacy of those claims are. And the guy who made those claims also turned out to be a thief and stole from Wax community. So it's I'm a little hesitant to take that guy's word as truth. And every conversation I have with Josh, he seems super knowledgeable and he cares about the future of Wax. So I don't know. I'm on Josh's side where I don't think Josh did anything shady, but I also don't know enough about coding to know what he's even being accused of. I guess I kind of understand. They're trying to he's basically, they're saying he was getting grant money for a GitHub repository that somebody else wrote. So he's basically taking somebody else's code and getting paid for it. But if it's open source code, that's actually not illegal. He's allowed to build. And if the Wax team's too dumb to get the code themselves, finders keepers. I don't know. That's not his fault. If there's open source code to make Unity on Wax and it was available for them to get for free and he charged them money for it, how is that his fault? I don't know. Also, thank you for the raid, NFT Gamer TV. We're going through the Wax restructures, their bear market restructures, talking about how they laid off 19 team members. I'm sad they laid off Larcy. I'm sure TD and Sam are also upset about that. Larcy was our liaison for the Wax Ambassador. We stand Larcy. I very much like Larcy. Thank you for the subscription. I don't know if those are gift subs or actual subs. Either way, we appreciate it. Yeah, we're just going through this update. Thank you for the sub. It looks like those are gift subs. We appreciate it. Yeah, I'm bummed. Larcy was like the only one that was really communicating with us. She was also like, there were problems like, how do we decide the legitimacy of a project? Like, who should get a gold ambassador? Who should be bronze? How do we stop flippers from becoming ambassadors? And like that sort of nuanced discussion, I just don't think it's gonna work with like. If you look at Marty, he just writes GM every day, and he's the person who's in charge of the program. It's like he's not actively discussing with all this stuff. So I don't think he has he doesn't have the community knowledge to be running a community program on Wax. That's what I'll say about Marty. I don't really know Marty that well. All I know is like I make fun of him for I mean anymore. He literally just says GM, and that's all he's ever said is like both blockchain brawlers and the Wax Ambassador Discord. So I don't know. I don't think he's like a bad dude or anything. I just don't think he's not talking to community leaders. He's not researching projects. Or maybe he is. That's the thing. It's like, just based on my own experience, I've never had a conversation with him, and it's not because I'm not active in the channels he's active in. It's because he just doesn't talk. Yes, Wax is working hard on the Ethereum virtual machine and trying to, because Antelope is working on the EVM, which is EOS, and they're trying to work on getting like the Antelope stuff integrated with Wax. Thanks for the gift subs too. Appreciate it. And we'll do a giveaway in a minute if you all want to hang out, but I want to get through this article. We are on the Tyranno Game Studios section of this Medium article. Yeah, Valor and Vellum, but those people aren't running the program. Like, if you just want to be a user and say GM every day just so you seem like you're active, that's one thing. But if you're the person who's responsible for vetting the project leaders, like, you should be interacting with those people to suss them out. And Marty doesn't do any of that. So it's like, it's one thing if you're just saying GM because you're like not involved, but like when it's your job to run something, then like you should be more, you should be a little more like engaged and not just spamming the same thing over and over. I was mentioning this earlier. Atomic Hub is hiring right now. So I was like, what does that say? That Atomic Hub, Pink.gg is hiring new employees while the blockchain they are building on is firing like laying off 20 employees. So it's like, who knows how to run a business better, Atomic Hub or Wax, which is kind of funny. But I mean, for my own biased opinion, I've been interacting in channels with Marty for over a year now. He's in Blockchain Brawlers as a team member. He's been in there for like months. He's just not active in Wax chats. Like, he never has been. So I'm a little biased just because I've been around long enough to know that Marty has never been involved at like a social level, which is sort of the whole fucking gig. The whole gig is engaging with us on a social level. So we have a direct line at Wax. And Marty's like, I don't accept DMs. That's like not who you're looking for. Yeah, who knows? Quigley's part of Tether. We don't know like if Tether was invested in FTX and whatnot. I wouldn't be surprised. But I'm not going to speculate on the Wax holdings. I don't know the fuck those guys are invested in. I just think it's a shame we lost Larcy. Larcy was one of the few people on the team who was actually like engaging with the communities. Whereas like most of the Wax team seems like they're kind of in their own bubble, like doing their own thing, which is fine. You need those people to do the tech stuff and to develop, but you also need a liaison between the tech people and the community. And Atomic Hub was missing that for a long time too. And Atomic Hub has been exponentially better ever since they hired like Nuno and Hydro and the people that actually like are a part of the communities and engage with us. It's been like night and day. Atomic Hub, like trying to hit up Jonah before fucking Nuno was working there was a nightmare. And I sort of feel like that's what Wax is going back to. It's like Marty's never going to read my DMs or like see my tags, whereas Larcy would actually. So like I was saying it earlier, just feeling heard, even if what I was telling Larcy never made it to the Wax team, the fact that I felt heard is huge as far as like community leaders go, because it sucks feeling like you're yelling into a void and no one's listening to you, which is sort of what it feels like when you're talking to the rest of the Wax team. But it is what it is. We can't do anything about it. I hope when Wax recovers, they hire Larcy back, but honestly, I don't see us getting out of the bear market anytime super soon, so she'll probably get another job and not leave that other job for a job that's going to lay her off potentially every time we go into a bear market. So RIP. I hope Larcy comes back, but I'm not holding my breath. All right, here's for Tyranno Studios. Blockchain brawlers. The ability to buy NFTs from the game with Brawl or Wax or credit card. This is kind of like, they've been talking about this throughout the article. They're trying to make it so SDK, like standard developer kit, is that what it's called? I don't know. The developer kit for Unity will work with their marketplace. They're basically saying we'll be able to put our NFT marketplace within the game. So that's not really news as far as they've announced this several times in this article. Mint on demand NFTs sent in-game directly. See, this is something that I feel like is almost misleading. Mint on demand of NFTs sent to in-game inventory directly. Making purchases and then having players go the extra step to deposit in the game is not a user-friendly experience. No, never mind. That's not what I thought it was. What I thought this was not actually minting them. I thought I was just going to put it in your game wallet, and then like when you took it out of the game wallet, it'd mint it, but that's not totally how that works. I'm fine with that. Power scored leaderboard optimization. Also not that worried about that because I'm not a whale. I feel like only whales are really concerned with being in the top of the leaderboard because they have like fucking 30 of the legendaries. Not me. I'm not that high on the leaderboard. Don't care. Staking Brawl matches. This is what I'm most looking forward to. This is being able to bet Brawl against other players when you're playing. That's supposed to come like in a week from now. And the cost adjustment of Brawl CM pack is also like, I don't know, Brawl CM, I could give a fuck less. That's a whales game. Let the whales complain about that. And this I'm also excited for, the Brawlers Esports Tournament Series. That sounds fun. 2023, they're launching the Brawl for All mode, which is like it's going to be like fucking AI controlled brawlers. Like your brawler will be in the ring and have stats and then they'll fight. And it'll be like a visual fight, I believe. It's like a simulated fight. It's like when you're playing a sports game and like you don't choose either team, like, you just like, you're playing FIFA, but you put your controller in the middle and you let like US play England or whatever, and they just simulate it. It's going to be like that, but if your wrestler wins the simulation, then you win Brawl. But it's going to be pay to win. They basically, like, this is for the people complaining that they bought legendary brawlers and they don't help in the game. The new game type that's simulated, your legendary brawler will be more likely to beat a common brawler. So this is, I don't know. The Brawl for All mode, I think, is a whales game. And if you have commons, you're probably going to get fucking wrecked. So I don't know how viable it's going to be for the average person. And they also have the Brawl for All mode. They're going to make an armory where you can get different stuff, I guess. I don't know. And then they're going to make a Twitch channel that's streaming all the King of Ring matches, which is the Brawl for All. Leaderboards. Free to try NFTs. This is interesting. This is actually something that, like, maybe only Uplift has talked about that I haven't seen, where it's a limited time NFT unlock. So, like, maybe like a brawler that only lasts for a week and then it just disables. So, like, you can try the game out, but then you won't be able to play once the NFT is disabled. Interesting concept. Also kind of weird because NFTs are supposed to last forever. So, an NFT that has an expiration date is kind of a strange concept for me. But let's see, they're trying to make a client for PC and Mac so you get better frame rate than the web interface. A mobile app, Series 2 brawlers. I'm also looking forward to that. I just like the cosmetics. I have pretty much all the Series 1 brawlers, not counting the legendaries. So, swag kits are also going to be mint on demand. We were talking about that earlier. You can now buy them with Wax. They're mint on demand, and there's no mint cap. So, hard to say if that's good or bad. It's good if you want one, bad as far as the scarcity for holding value. The real question is how long are they leaving in the store? So if they leave them in the store for 2 years, there'll be way too many. But if it's like, oh, this is only available for 1 month, and then however many you minted are there forever, then they could actually go up in value because Blancos does that, and sometimes the unlimited mints actually have less mints than the pre-minted ones because not as many people buy them, and then they actually end up being more valuable. So that could be okay. But I do think scarcity is kind of important, so I get afraid when it's just unlimited mint stuff, which Mike said in the Blockchain Brawler chat today. All new cosmetics will be unlimited mint cap, which is just interesting. But also could mean these old cosmetics will get way valuable because they're the only ones with hard mint caps. Music Mogul. They're trying to launch in Q1 2023 now, which I believe is another fucking delay. This was supposed to launch like 2 months ago now. I think October is when they originally said Music Mogul was supposed to come out, and then they're like, oh, we're delaying Music Mogul, so we lost our devs. But now they're delaying it till next year. I thought it was supposed to come out in like November, December, not January, but oh well. Another one where it's like, what can you do about it? I already bought these NFTs. I gotta wait for them to come out the game now. And new artists are released. Well, we already know that. It's not really news. Yeah, that's the thing. What is Wax's business model? Tyranno is part of Wax, but it's separate. Like Tyranno is called Tyranno, not Wax Studios, because it's a separate entity with separate employees. Wax makes money. They get a cut of like Funko shit. Like if you look at like the worker Wax wallet, like they get payouts from the Funko drops. They get payouts from the Hot Wheels drops. They get payouts from like the big brands they bring in. They get a cut of all that, I'm pretty sure. That's also probably why you see those brands leaving. Like Topps probably left Wax because Wax was taking a percentage of all of their sales on Wax. So they're probably like, oh, let's just go do our own fucking thing and then take 100%. And they're doing the same thing with the marketplaces. They're like, oh, Atomic Hub is taking 2% of our millions of dollars of aftermarket. Let's just make our own marketplace and take that 2%. So like, that's why you see Topps going to Avalanche and making their own marketplace. It's probably so they can keep more of the money and they don't want to have to pay other people to help them set stuff up. But I think that's one way Wax is making money. I don't know if they're invested in blockchain producing on their own network. I would assume they are. I'd assume the Wax core team has some sort of blockchain production investment. I also agree with this. They kind of brought in the community people and then let them go after they sold the shit, which is kind of shitty. That's like, honestly, I mean, you're talking about that with the yeah, I sort of regret promoting the last Music Mogul sale. I promoted the first one, and then the second one I was just like, based on how the first one did, just wait to buy the cards on the aftermarket. Like, you're burning money if you're buying packs. Like, unless you pull a legendary, you're losing money and the game's not out. So like, I was just like, just wait until the game comes out. Like, why even buy the shit now? There's no point. You're not gonna earn anything. Like, they're basically just like kickstarting another game. But I don't know. I've been a little unhappy with the ambassador program the last couple of months. That's why like Larcy leaving's a real like kick in the shins, because I was already like, I already wasn't happy with some of the stuff they're doing, and then like the one person with the reason and like listening to our feedback is gone. It's like I could see the program getting worse. We're like shilling rug pulls and shit. Where it's like, that's not what I'm trying to do. They tried to get us to fucking sell that Stormtrooper thing, which like ended up being like a weird like, I don't know if it was a rug pull, but it ended up like just being totally ditched by all of the companies involved. And it's like, I could have told them that. Like, I said I wasn't going to promote it. I didn't sign up for that promotion because it looks sketchy. It's like, they don't have the rights in America. It's only international rights. It's too much money. They say they're going to build a game around this, but they don't even say what type of game. They're like, it's a Stormtrooper profile picture. We're going to build a game at some point, but we don't have any ideas for a game right now. And I'm like, I've been on Wax long enough to know when people say that shit, it never fucking works out. Like, when people are just like, yeah, we're going to come up with utility later. We have no ideas. Like, I'm not going to kickstart that shit. It's a fucking bad deal. So the fact that the Wax core team wanted us to promote that and thought it was a good idea that like, as Wax ambassadors, we should put our reputation on the line to promote that shit. I was just like, no, that's a bad fucking idea. And then a week later, they're like, oh, like we dropped that partnership. They were sketchy. Like we realized we couldn't. I was like, how am I like not a part of the Wax team able to see that immediately from a mile away that that's a bad idea? And they like officially post on their Twitter that they're partnered with these people. And it's just like, I don't know. I feel like someone with just like the fucking common sense of what's going on in the NFT space. Like the Wax is missing someone on their team who just like knows what a good project is. So that's the second time that happened this summer too. Fucking William Quigley partnered with that Tyrannosaurus Rex Tyrant. It's like, it's weird that they went with Tyranno because they partnered with a game profile picture collection that was dinosaurs, and then that fucking collection rug pulled, and then like after they rug pulled, Wax was like, oh, by the way, we stopped our partnership with them. And it was like, you didn't announce that until after. Like, you told people to buy it and you're doing a partnership, and then you silently left the partnership without announcing. So now a bunch of people that follow Wax bought into this thing that ended up being a rug pull. But it's like, how many fucking projects in 3 months is Wax going to partner with that's a rug pull? Like, it's just a bad look. It makes them look like they don't know what the fuck they're doing, which, as someone who's like, can see it's a bad idea, it's like, how can I see this but you can't when you're the ones running the fucking blockchain? So that's confusing to me. And it also like worries me about like how fucking out of touch are these people, which again is why I liked Larcy, because I feel like Larcy was the one staying in touch and like reporting to the Wax team what we were telling them, which is like what's actually happening on the chain. Now that she's gone, it's like, are they just going to be living Quigley bubble where they're fucking partnering with rug pulls and trying to get us advertising? Because it's like, it's not what I signed up for as a Wax ambassador. I'm not trying to promote a bunch of bullshit projects. And I've been denying like half of the new projects. They're like, hey, will you promote this? And I'm like, no, this looks like a fucking like trash rug pull. Like, why are you trying to promote this through the ambassador program? And you know, I will not say any specific projects. I'm trying to be less salty, and if I'm not invested in something, I don't care. Like, I'm not going to go out of way and trash something I didn't buy into. If I buy into something and they fuck me over, you're going to hear about it. But you know, if I don't like a project, I'm just going to not buy into it and not promote it. But yeah, I'm not happy with some of the projects that the Wax ambassador program has been trying to promote. I will say recently it's been better. Like Novo Pangea, I signed up for that one. Alien Worlds, I signed up for the Battle Dome, and I signed up for ZOS Era 3. So there are some good shit coming through the ambassador program, but for a while it's just like 5 projects in a row where I was like, yeah, I won't promote this. Like, I'm not going to tell my audience to buy this. This is bad for my audience. And yeah, I think there's too much of that going on in the Wax ambassador program where it's like, oh, we'll just shill literally anything for free stuff just to get more followers. And like, people are shilling stuff that is like pretty obvious it's going to fail in my eyes. And like, I don't know, I just think it's bad for the longevity of like your brand. If you're like shilling shit that's going to lose people money, that's not good for the people you're selling to. It's like advertising gambling. Like advertising gambling, people get paid like $100 million. Casinos don't lose money. If they're paying you $100 million, that means they're making $300 million off of your advertising. And who are you advertising to? Your community. So like when you're advertising gambling, you're advertising your community lose money so you make money. They're paying you so that your followers will lose money. And like, it's just a fucking shady thing to advertise. And I feel like Wax, you know, opening packs with RNG and ROI, all of that is a bit of a gamble. So like, I'm more hesitant to like tell people to gamble on shit when I think it's like a bad deal. So we've been burned so many times in the past. And I don't know. I just feel like the ambassador program's becoming too much of like a shill factory rather than a way to highlight legitimately good projects. Like, I like highlighting projects and advertising them and letting people know about them, but like, I don't know. Which again, Larcy was the person vetting the projects that get added to the Wax ambassador program. So like, leaving her, I feel like they're going to be even more disconnected from what looks like a rug pull and what doesn't. So I agree with this. And they actually do. Gaz, if you reach out, I would say to Larcy, which no longer works for them. If you reach out to, if you try to reach out to fucking GM Marty, I don't think he accepts DMs, but like, they're promoting ZOS. ZOS is an indie brand that's already built up. They promoted I don't know. They promoted some stuff I like. So, you know, you just got to reach out to them. They're not opposed to promoting indie brands. It's just their ability to vet some of the newer brands is not my favorite. Let's do another giveaway. I said I'd do another giveaway before I ended this. It's been ranting for too long. But I don't know. I'm still bullish on Wax. I do think all the changes they're highlighting sound pretty good. It just, I'm sad Larcy left, and I'm worried about the ambassador program mainly. But I think Wax as a whole is going to be fine. Let's see if my Lewis got pulled yet. God, I want this NFT now. Still in mint.
Every day.
All right, let's give away. What should we give away? Should I give away this skunky chunky? No, we'll give away this last. This drop already happened, so let's give away this enchanted promo from White Dragon, not safe for work. Which I believe the blend for the figures is this weekend, so you still have some time to try to get the materials for the figures, but I could be wrong on that. It's time. There's your audio cue, exclamation point play if you'd like to join the giveaway. Yeah, I don't know. I do get the sentiment. A lot of people are kind of like the sky is falling and wax is fucked. That's a healthy sentiment. If you look at that chart that's like, you know, like the crypto investing chart, it's like the FOMO and then the panic and then like, I feel like we're in the like kind of in the panic mode, which is good. That means we're working our way through the the investor chart of emotions. And I honestly was surprised there wasn't more panic. I was like, I don't know, Bitcoin's worth half of what it was like a year ago. Like everything's worth like way less, like a fourth, a fifth. That's why I think this drop was good. The fact that their profile picture thing sold out, their $10 profile picture sold out with no physical redeemables, I think that's a good sign for Funko and Droppp and Token Head for sticking around because they're moving stuff still. I got a voicemail. I wonder what it is. It's like 90% chance it's just fucking spam. Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, there's stupid fucking dinosaur mining projects, whatever that stupid shit is. That's like top of the atomic upboard again. But then you also have legitimate projects. You got fucking Nova Rally released their 3D stuff. Our Planet is a playable mobile game. You can play Realm mobily. Million on Mars, I don't really play it, but it's a legit game. Blockchain Brawlers, also a legit game. Like, the amount of stuff being built on Wax is not going away. So, like, yeah, there's a lot of bullshit, and a lot of people are going to lose money on the new dinosaur game that's basically a mining network clone. But for every 10 of those, there is one good project, and those projects are not going anywhere. The ones that are still building and doing well. Tourist Station, another one, they released their soccer update recently. Like, the brands that are building value for Wax, and they're not going anywhere. So, like, yeah, there is a problem with bullshit click miners, just one after another, rug pulling or pump and dumping. But, you know, as long as stuff of value is still being built, I don't think Wax is screwed. And, like, the creators aren't going anywhere. Waxdow is still around. Immersis just made their own decks. Like, the people that are building shit are still building shit. So it's like, I don't know. As long as that's still around, I don't really care as much about the price of Wax. Like, as long as people are building stuff that'll bring people to Wax when the money comes back, we'll be fine. So you can look at shit like Dogecoin, Shiba Inu. There's a bunch of coins that have no function. Like, you literally do nothing with them but trade them on marketplaces. So, like, Wax as an altcoin has kind of an incredible amount of fucking utility compared to other tokens. And the utility is only growing because people are still building with it. So I do not have the sentiment that Wax is fucked, the sky is falling, and nothing is good. I've been seeing that in some Telegram rooms lately, and it's like, I get it. We're definitely not in a good place, like, financially speaking, compared to last year, but shout out to Pennybags winning this race. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if y'all have noticed that too. It's definitely been like the general sentiment in Wax chats has not been very happy. Like, any of the OG Wax chats, it's just people like, the only things that sell are fucking rug pulls and the whole chain is fucked. And it's like, sort of, but also not really. Like, I do wish people would stop buying into every new fucking click farm game. Like, that stupid dinosaur game is selling. It's like, because you're fucking buying it. Like, if we all stop buying those stupid games, people would stop making them. They're only making them because they're profitable. And as long as Mining Network and Dino Dino Island or whatever the fuck it's called is selling packs. Like they're gonna keep making clones of those games and pumping and dumping them. So like, we as a community just need to stop buying that shit. But like, I don't know. I also get that like people make money on that, so it's like hard to tell someone not to make quick money flipping shit. It's like not really my place to be like, you can't flip this. So I personally am staying out of it because I think it's bad for the entire chain. I think it's bad for Wax. And again, just attracts more shit projects. The more shit projects you buy into, the more that keep popping up. So like, of course they're not going away. They're at the top of Atomic Hub. Why would they go away? The next fucking mining network is going to sell $1 million with the aftermarket. Why would they not launch another fucking scam pump and dump? It's what sells well. So it's not that surprising to me. It's more just disappointing. But as I said, at the same time, people are still building non-scam pump and dumps, and they might not be selling well. But when the money does come back and people have more disposable income because they, you know, if you buy Bitcoin at right now at 20K and then it goes back to 40K, turn some of that into Wax, and you have like, it's much easier to spend a couple $100 on games because you just doubled your money. So it feels like you have like play with money. And that's sort of what happened last bull run is like everybody made a shit ton of money on TLM and Wax and all that stuff. And we're like, oh, let's buy some more games and shit. So I think that'll happen again. But it's like the games that are being built now are what people are going to be buying into on the next bull run. And like this weird click farm pump and dump shit is not what people are going to be buying into on the next bull run because all those tokens are worth 0 by the time they fucking dump. This is hard to say. I think there's a good amount of people here for Funko, so collectibles. But then there's also a lot of people here for ROI. Let's see. I don't know if I have anything else to go over today. I think that might have been the stream. Got a little spicy there at the end. I've played some Overwatch lately. If anyone wants to hang out, maybe play some Overwatch later. Overwatch 2. You can feel free to join the Neon Space Discord. I'm also, if anybody finds the fucking Lewis Droppp thing, I want it. So let me know if anybody sees it in the wild. It's this guy. His name is Lewis, 1 of 1. He's only got 1 legendary trait, so I hope people don't try to gouge me when it gets pulled, but still in the mint.drop, so it has not been pulled yet. I'm excited for it. I was showing Burst, he should get a... I'm surprised they have Noble, because Noble's like not a super common name, but... Sick, there's Noble. Well, they have a Noble is what I was trying to show until a shit ton of those Noble lions. There. Shout out to Burst of Energy. The Atomic Kings fam. Yeah, they have one named Noble. This one's pretty sick too. It's got the fucking missing eye socket with goo coming out. And a GM hat. What a fucking degen. I don't know. To me, there's something really fun about getting a 1 of 1 with your name on it. I want the Lewis Parrot dude. I wonder if they have a Priscilla. They do. It has been pulled. Oh, this is a nolagirl.dp. You could try the trade for this. You can find this person. They have 2 as well. Yeah, this is the Priscilla one. Oh shit, it's got a Grail trait though, so they might try to gouge your ass. The rarer the traits, the more people charge for them. These are just the monster profile pictures, Jeff, from Droppp. Droppp, which are the people who do the Funko drops. They did their own 10,000 1 of 1 monster profile pictures, but each one has its own unique name. So like more so than the traits, I'm interested in getting one with the trait that has my name because there's a Lewis one. I'm sure there's a Jeff one as well. They are sold out. Here's the Jeff. if you want yours, Jeff, it's this guy's pretty sick, dude. He's got horns and a crown and like a nice like a tie tucked into a vest. They're not too bad though. If you look at let's see, Monster.drop. The drop was $10, $11 with tax and service fees. So you can get a crate for $12.87. So they're like within $1 or $2 of the drop price, which Max was saying earlier, there's 10,000 of these. So there's a chance after the drop day hype, the prices all go down. Because 10,000 is a lot for a collectible with no utility on wax, but really hard to say. It's drop day, so there's some hype. But I feel like if you can get one for $10, that's what I paid for mine brand new. So it's not a horrible deal on the aftermarket. And the Series 1, if you just want, you can get it for under $10. So if you see one you like for under $10, you can get it for under mint price. Also, here's a pro tip. Chain Champs is the only one where you can... Oh, wait, actually, they added it. That was quick. This did not exist like a couple hours ago. It's crazy how fast this works. So now you can search by background, and we're looking for Retro 80s is our favorite. Oh, somebody bought the $8 one with this background. That's the neon background. Let's see if I can find the Kim one. I don't know if .dp wallets can see trade offers is the only bad thing. Like, I don't know if you can try to trade one of these people from Atomic Hub and if it'll actually show up. I'm not sure how that works with Droppp wallets. But I feel like ideally you could try to trade those people and it'd show up. Kim. Here's Kim. Oh, dude, this is a super cool background. It's got fire. And a Droppp, a DP hat. I like the trucker hats. They look fun. These are also growing on me. At first, I didn't really like the art style, but they're fun. I also like... I've been saying I wouldn't buy these because I think they're going to go up in price, but like, to me, $10 is absolutely like within my price range of I'm willing to spend $10 and never see a return on that, and I'm okay with that. Whereas, like, I was saying Topps did the GPK 10K drop. They did 10,000 avatars of Garbage Pail Kids. Those were over $100 each. And it's like, see, if I'm spending over $100 on a piece of artwork, that's now an investment. That's no longer just like a for fun purchase. So like, I'm pissed when those drop in value. But like, if a $10 thing becomes $5, I'm like, whatever. Like, I'm fine with missing, like, I'm fine with it not appreciating value. So I do think there's like, you know, the mindset of what you're doing with these. Like, I wouldn't YOLO into these because you think they're going to be worth $1,000 one day, but like, I do think they're very reasonably priced, which makes it like okay to kind of buy. As far as like it being cash grabby for me, it's like, yeah, this is very reasonably priced. They're not ridiculous. There's some Kimberleys too. I don't know if Kim is short for something. I do think the Kim looks cooler than the Kimberly though. The Kimberly's plain as fuck. This Kimberly one is just like, got the derby hat, I guess, is an epic. This guy's fucking cool. I like his hair. He's got like a pompadour kind of. Wow, my hair looks ridiculous. I just scratched it. Let's see if I can get a pomp. It's like a pompadour, but he has shaved sides. It's like a Skrillex pomp. That's what they call it. Neat is what they call that. I would like a neat haircut. Oh, no fucking way you just got Jungle Bree. I mean, you just got Jermaine. Is it this one? I feel like the necklace is a pretty rare one. Like the ones with the drop necklace usually do pretty good. It's got a gold chain grail. It could be this other Jermaine, though. No, this one doesn't have a grail, so it's got to be the other one. I don't know. These are fun. I know some people were like, the art looks like dog shit and this is a cash grab, but I'm having fun with it. It's also like not that often do I have fun with the drop on Wax. Like I feel like a lot of times I'm just like, I'm buying this just to support, or I'm buying this just because like I feel like I need to for content. But like, I don't know. I'm having fun looking through the different names and like the different traits, and it's just fun. NFTs are supposed to be fun. It's nice when something's fun and like I'm not worried about investing. I'm not worried about the money. It's just like it gives me something to look forward to, especially like waiting for my name to get pulled out of the crate and then trying to trade with the person. Like I can't wait for that. That's gonna be fun. Like it just gives me like a mission of something to do on Wax, and like that's good shit. All right, should we do another grubfish, or should we just call it? I think I might just call it. We've been going for 3.5 hours. I can look, Random King. I just don't know your name. I do not know your. The problem with this is everybody's gonna have to dox themselves for. I'm already real doxed. I'm Lewis. We all know that, but. The actual names really brought me in. I was like, kind of like, okay, I'm good with what I have until I saw there's one with my name, and then I was like, fuck, now I need this. Somebody can't have the Lewis Droppp profile picture. I got the Lewis wallet. Are you kidding me? See, look, I need the Lewis wallet. The Lewis wallet needs the friggin' Lewis Droppp in there. Oh yeah, I got some packs to give away for Writer. I'll probably give these away tomorrow for Wax Wednesday. Got some Writer packs. Should we fucking... You know what? I'm gonna try playing a copyrighted... Oh, actually, I don't even know if it's copyrighted. I'm gonna try to play music that I don't know if it's copyrighted, and we'll see if we get... I'm like getting riskier and riskier with this each time. I'm like, I don't know. We've played some stuff, and it's like, I play NP, Nova Pangea. Nova Pangea is fun. I like it. So yeah, check back tomorrow. We'll give some of these away. Max has some as well. So this released the second sale. Yeah, lately I've been way into let me see if I can find it. This band called, I think they're Swedish. Is anybody Swedish? Can they help me say this? Svanborg Kardyby. It's Svaenborg and then Kardyb. Svanborg Kardyb. I don't know how you say it, but it's a duo. They just play synth and drums, and like, I don't know. There's something real nice. It's almost like, I don't know if anybody listens to post-rock, like Explosions in the Sky, like God is an Astronaut, or like Mogwai, or even like, what's the other big one? Sigur Rós. It's kind of like that, where it's like very like ethereal instrumental music that's down-tempo, and it's kind of like, I don't know. It's hard to describe, but it's very different than most of the music I listen to. It's like just two dudes, drums and piano, and they play facing each other. And I really like it. But this song I've been listening to like kind of nonstop the past day. And I don't know if it's copyrighted, but this video only has like, I guess that's 60,000 views. But this song, I don't even know what it's called. Let me see if I can find the title. It's like, this song is called, and I don't even know the name of it. I've got a music video for it, so I should have. Knob. The name of the song is Knob, Knob, and it's my favorite song they do. But I definitely recommend checking them out. Their drummer also does cool shit where he's like shells and stuff on his drums, and he'll be like playing like all percussion instead of the drums, and he does like very unique drum arrangements. If you're a drummer, this music is very, very interesting. Like, this song is a bad example, but like the tones he gets out of his drum kit are fucking phenomenal, and like they play like weird down tempo music too, so he has a lot of room for experimentation. But anyway, I'm ranting. Check out Svanborg Kardyby. I also posted them in the music channel in our Discord if anyone wants to check them out. I saw Matt and Kim live. Aren't they the ones that are like daylight? I remember that shit. I think I was on mushrooms when I saw them. That's a story for a different time. All right. Anyway, check out this band. They rock. If you want more of them, just hit me up in Discord and I can send you some links. The song also reminds me of Talking Heads. It's so fucking groovy. I love this shit. I also like how like they just face each other. They don't even face the audience. They just look directly at each other, and sometimes they'll just smile and look in each other's eyes, and it's so wholesome. It's like this is like the equivalent of like Simon and Garfunkel singing harmonies, but they're playing drums and piano. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to turn this up. This shit. It reminds me of the Talking Heads, the bass line. I fucking love it. Let's go. It's like minimalist synth funk. I don't know how to describe this music, but it's fucking sick. Yeah, this music's like perfect. I'll put it on while working on stuff in the background. It's like the perfect fucking instrumental background music. It's all just super smooth. You know what? Just because we're showing them off, I'll show off one of their like more experimental songs. This one's really good. If you can check out, just this whole recording is good. Here, I gotta turn on the volume. It's at 200%. Yeah, check this shit out. This will show you how cool the drummer is. The drummer plays crazy stuff on drums. I love this drummer. He's like one of my favorite drummers to listen to. I don't normally listen to bands because of the drummer. Because it's only two of them, he's a lot of room for cool drums. Like that. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. I love how he has those like shells on his hi-hat. He'll play the shells, and it's like a timbre that he uses. And like right now he's playing mallets. Like he just plays weird drum beats that I would never think of. I'll fast forward a little bit more. Let's see if we can get some. They also build really well. Like look at the sound wave. Starts out quiet, gets louder and louder and louder and louder. Like they actually play dynamics. They're real musicians. Added the hi-hat. Yeah, I'm into this shit. I feel like the drummer's super creative. I like him. All right, everybody. I'm gonna stop ranting about this band. I'm going to raid into Toka Gamer. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll be online tomorrow to talk about Nova Pangea for Wax Wednesday.